Hey guys, welcome to what I believe is going to be for a lot of you guys probably one of the biggest, most important, most breakthrough, I guess, heavy, and also one of the most profitable webinars or hangouts that you guys have been on in a long time. And I know that that's a lot of what kind of was going around there on the internet here for the last couple of days, and that's because a lot of you know what's coming, and obviously a lot of you who are brand new on this call or on this hangout tonight are wondering what in the heck are these guys talking about, and are they actually talking about something real, or are they just a bunch of kind of crazy, yahoos with shenanigans? And I'll tell you, we do have a lot of shenanigans, and you are going to find that out on this hangout tonight. So if you are looking for something that is kind of stuffy and looking for people maybe to have very prim and proper language and be speaking to you in a 175 type IQ type conversation, then that's probably not what you're going to find here. Although we have a lot of smart, really intelligent, really talented people on the call tonight. What we're going to be talking about is kind of the history of where we've come from, how over the course of the last 23 months, we've gone out there and helped over 160,000 people start marketing online. Most of those who have never marketed online, who couldn't figure it out. As a matter of fact, I just talked to a guy who's made millions and millions and millions of dollars in the network marketing, home-based business industry over the last, how many ever years or decades, and has never made a dime online. And since working with us here over the last couple of months, has started to learn how to build a business on the internet. And this is somebody who's not even in our affiliate program, so he's not actually selling Empower Network or the products here. So we've really made an impact on people, and that's just because of a couple of good ideas and being in the right place at the right time. And I'm going to talk about that tonight, and that's going to be a topic of a lot of the conversation that we're going to be having tonight, because I'm going to tell you something, guys. There's a lot of people, not only on this webinar, but also there's a lot of people just in general who live by the kind of mentality and mindset and saying things to themselves like, well, I just wish I was in the right place at the right time. Well, after this call tonight, you will not be able to say that again. And I want you to think about something, and I want to expand your mind before I turn the call over and start hearing from some of our guests, because guys, we've got a lot of talent on this call tonight. As you look at the panel here, we've got Aaron Rashkin, multi-million-dollar producer in the home-based business industry. He's been here doing this for a long time. Chuck Marshall, multi-million-dollar producer in the affiliate marketing, internet marketing space. We've got myself. We've got John Brose, who has literally made a lot of money in the internet, and I don't know how much, and I don't want to go making claims about how much everybody's made, but I know he's made, just in our company, he's done darn near close to $1 million. Now, of course, I've got to throw out a big fat income disclaimer before we even get started, because I don't want anybody to take any of these claims literal. I don't want you to take any of these claims as if they're a guarantee that you're going to make money, because we like to be legal, but more than anything, we just like to be ethical and just let you know that success is a decision, right? And John Morose, obviously, many years ago, decided that he was going to be successful, and he really surely has. He's a guy that before I even started making waves on the internet, I knew of him, and I'm just honored to have him on the call tonight. Justin Vrengia couldn't afford his rent for $400 back, a year ago? And over the course of the last 12 months or so, he came to an event, one of our events, made a decision, right? Went out and spent some time with Dave Wood, our other co-founder here, and over the last several months anyway, has created a six-figure income in his business consistently. And he's not the guy who just made money 1 month and 10 years ago. He's still talking about it. He's doing it right now. Lawrence Tam, a guy who I know when I first came online. He was actually a guy who I sought out to be a mentor of mine in the very beginning of my marketing career, at least online marketing career. And he was busy. He was actually still working a full-time job. He was in a cubicle as a mechanical engineer. We call him the Frugal Asian, but that's obviously a title that he's given himself, because the guy is frugal and he's Asian. So obviously it makes sense. But obviously over the last 23 months, LT has done something extremely smart and intelligent as well, because he's gone on to become a $1 million producer and earner inside of our company. Tony Rush, same thing. $1 million earner, been in the game for a while, knows what he's doing, but more importantly, knows how to hang around with cool people, one of those cool people being his son, Mr. Easton there. We've then got our #1 producer inside of Empower Network right now, Vick Strizhouse over there, has set, I believe, a couple of records as far as making money inside of this industry, and is a gentleman who, when he speaks, you should be listening. And that's all I'll say. He'll be speaking here on the call. Bottom line is that to get on a call with this much talent, with this much information, with people of this skill level, typically, if I was to round these guys up, this would be at least $1,000, potentially $5,000 to $10,000 time session, right? But what we want to do tonight is give you some value from some different perspectives about what's coming, because over the last 23 months, although we've helped 160,000 people get started and start understanding how to leverage the internet, and although we've had an affiliate program that's paid out over $70 million in commissions, again, not 70, not 70,000, not 700,000, my friends, but $70 million in commissions out to people, normal people, regular people just like you. We've obviously got some people who are talented and experienced who have made great money, but we've also got a lot of people, which is what makes me the happiest, who are brand new, who have made their first dollar in this affiliate program, and that's because they were in the right place at the right time, right, with the right systems, right products, right opportunity, and most importantly, the right people. So what I want to talk to you about tonight, guys, is what is coming, because more importantly than what we've done in the past, I'm not going to start this off on a big cussing spree, but basically, I've had a lot of mentors, one of them being my dad, one of them being just other people in my family, who says, what you ate yesterday does not keep you fed today, right? And there's other ways to say that, but who knows, we may have some young, innocent women and children on the call tonight, so I'm going to keep it as PG as possible. But the bottom line is our success that we've had and created up until this point has, in my opinion, has nothing to do with our success in the future, right? And that is why we've got a big announcement that's coming. That's why what I believe is the biggest product launch in history of its kind is going to be happening and starting here in less than 2 weeks. And you have an opportunity right now to not only learn and get a perspective about what's coming, but also to have the opportunity to take advantage of what I believe is going to be one of the most profitable opportunities that any of us on this call, including the panel members, have ever had, if not the most profitable opportunity that any of us ever had. And that's kind of the reason for this hangout tonight. So if you've kind of just found yourself on this call and you've been invited by somebody, well, first and foremost, by the end of the call, here's what I can tell you, is that you'll probably be thanking that person. But second of all, what I want you to do is take a piece of paper and a pencil and maybe take some notes down. More importantly, relax, right? Get ready to hear some things and have your mind stretched by some people who are getting the results that you want. And this is something that was really, really a huge lesson for me to learn, was that I was not going to get to the next phase in my life listening to the people who I was hanging out with when I was dead broke, when I couldn't keep a job, when I couldn't stop being homeless, when I couldn't get over my crippling drug addiction that I struggled with for many years. And then, funny enough, when I got around people who had been clean and who knew how to turn their life around, I've somehow been able to put 5.5 years together completely clean and sober. Now, there's a lesson in that, my friend, and it's not just about the story of me going from rags to riches. It's the story and the lesson that I didn't make a change on my own. I had to get around people who knew how to get me there and who were already doing what I wanted to do. Those people are on this panel tonight. I want to ask you a question, though, before we get started, and this is what I want you to be thinking about throughout this call. Back in whenever Apple was started, obviously, or when they went public, a lot of people had an opportunity to take advantage of stock, right, of an investment. Now, this is not an investment, okay? I just want to get that out of the way just for anybody who thought that we might be talking about an investment tonight. We're not. This is not an investment opportunity. This is a product that is coming that's going to revolutionize the way people market and blog online, and a business that regardless of who you are, you can get started and take advantage of what I believe is going to be the most profitable, my friends, opportunity that any of us have seen in a long time. But Apple, when they went public, and one of you guys on the panel might know exactly what year that was, their shares obviously, and I don't remember what their shares started out at, but here's what I can tell you, is that a lot of people bought a lot of shares for a lot less than what they're worth today. That's what I can tell you. A lot of people bought a lot of shares for a lot less than they're worth today. Okay? Back in, and I had the date here the other day, but it was sometime in the 50s or 60s, there was a company called Amway. Okay? A company called Amway. Now, let me tell you something about Amway first and foremost. I love and respect Amway. Those guys and girls are some of the most talented people, the most prolific producers, inspiring speakers, hypnotists. I mean, these people are beasts, bottom line, right? Got nothing but respect for them. But there were some people that got started in that business back in, when was it started? Somebody on the panel, in 1968 or 58 or something like that. And there was a few folks that got started back in that first 5-year period who, my friend, are absolutely wealthy today. And wealthy in ways that most of us can't even comprehend. Me, I make a lot of money each month. But there are people who got started in Amway back in the first 5 years of the company who are wealthy in ways that I cannot even comprehend right now. Okay, 1959 was when Amway launched. And I want to tell you that, friends, because there's a lot of people who have looked at some of the things that we've been able to do and think to themselves, these guys are making a lot of money. My friends, there are people who got started in Amway, and I'm telling you this, who are wealthy today in ways that I cannot even comprehend. Okay? There's been word and rumor about a couple of people who make over $1 million in a 24-hour period. That's not a fact. That's something that I heard, but the majority of the time with these guys, you don't really know what they're making anyways. Okay? There were also a lot of people who were invited to look at Amway back in 1959 or 69 or 79, who looked at it and said, I'll pass. And the majority of those people, I can guarantee you, the majority, maybe not some probably went off and got rich in real estate or went off and got rich in investments or something like that, but a lot of them are wondering where next week's paycheck is going to come from. I promise you that. There was a story that happened that a lot of us know about with somebody called Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook. And I guess that 5 guys, and I don't know, this is all kind of rumors. Maybe some of you are Facebook history buffs. There was around 5 or 6 people who was invited to his dorm room back 5 or 10 years. Now that company is not that old, my friends. I want you to think about how really fast things can happen. 5, 6 people were invited to his dorm room back in between 5 and 10 years, something like that. All right, I don't have all of the numbers. A couple of those guys are not millionaires, but billionaires today. And there's a couple, obviously, who are probably in no different of a financial situation than they were back then. Okay? There was also something called the dot-com bubble that happened actually not that long ago. It was about 25 years ago. If you can think about that, really kind of think about how far and how fast and how big and how profitable the internet has become to so many people. Right? But there's a lot of people who got in on that. There's a lot of people with inside information, a lot of people who saw an opportunity when they saw one and knew a good one when they were looking at it, and they got involved, whether they went out and they bought domain names, or whether they went out and they bought websites, or whether they went out and they took advantage of Google AdWords. I know people in this industry before Google AdWords came and kind of put the big hammer down on the home-based business industry who were making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, my friend, because they took advantage of an opportunity and being in the right place at the right time. Guys, there's a lot of you, and I want you to think about some of the things that we as human beings do, literally, to try to catch a break, right? We go, and I know guys, literally, guys and gals in my family who play the lotto every single week. And let me tell you a little something about the lotto. Now, this is just David Sharp's opinion. Empower Network doesn't endorse it. Nobody endorses it because, hell, if you listen to my advice, who knows, it might kill you. I don't know, right? Because what keeps me living and strong might kill you. I have no idea, right? My opinion on the lotto is it's a Ponzi scheme, right? Why is it a Ponzi scheme? Because money has to come in order for people to get paid, and new people have to keep coming in order for money to be going out on the backside. So literally we have people, our own people, our friends, our family, maybe even you play the lotto every week, hoping and wishing that you might just possibly, potentially, if the pretty girl on the TV pulls your numbers, you might get rich. And you know the truth of the matter is that's about the slowest, most painful, most stressful way to get rich that I can possibly think of. And I haven't gave $1 to the lotto in I don't know how many years. But my friend, what I want to talk to you tonight about is the opportunity to take advantage of a trend. The opportunity to really realize something big when you see it. Really realize that what we're going to be talking about that has made the people on this call wealthy is nothing in comparison to what's coming. And my friend, you're looking at a panel of people who have made millions and millions of dollars just over the course of the last 23 months. And what is coming is so big in comparison to what we've done, it's not even funny. And I want to tell you a little bit about what's coming here before I turn the call over and get some feedback. First and foremost, I want to just talk to you about how money is made on the internet. Okay, money is made on the internet very, very, very simply. Okay, you have a website or an offer, and you drive traffic to that offer, and a certain number of people are going to buy, and a certain number of people are not. And it's just that simple. And the majority of the time, you want to collect their email address so you can follow up with them, so you can send them back to the website, because statistics say that it takes 6 to 8 exposures before somebody actually buys something. Now, that's slamming people into a sales funnel and basically basing your income off of kind of conversions and numbers and statistics. But now there's a smart group of marketers who have also realized that if you go out there and actually build a relationship with people by doing things like we're doing right now, by taking your phone and actually shooting videos on your phone and saying, hey, my name's Dave Sharp, and this is what I'm doing today, and this is what I learned, and I'd like to share it with you because I think it might give you value. And they go and they actually build a relationship with their leads or the people that they're driving to their website, because when you build a relationship with people, and guys, this is age old. I want to simplify the whole myth of how to make money online down into about 5 minutes. You shoot a video, you build a relationship with the people that are going and looking at your website and looking at your offer to where they become, basically to where they know, like, and trust you, right? I mean, it's just like, this is no different. And a lot of people, I've got an uncle who owns an insurance agency, and he says, Dave, I can't figure out how you're doing it. He's sticking signs in his yard and signs and magnets on his car, just like I was doing back when I was frustrated and broke. And he's not frustrated and broke. He's like old and ready to retire, but he's still absolutely baffled by how we make money online. And it's so simple, because he builds his business off of relationships and getting people to know, like, and trust him. And is all we're doing is we're right now on a Hangout with 5,000 or 6,000 people on the Hangout. And look, I'm sitting in my office right now, and I have the ability to be able to communicate with 4,000 or 5,000 or 6,000 or how many people on the Hangout right now. That, my friends, is called leverage, right? So guys, over the course of the last 20 months, what we've kind of perfected is we've perfected the strategy and the method of driving traffic through a funnel to an offer that people actually want. And then also learning and understanding and teaching people how to build a relationship with them through blogging, through creating content. And there's some people who are on this call right now who never created a piece of content, but then started to over the last 23 months, and some of them are making more money than they've ever made in their entire life. It's because they understand the dynamics of indirect selling. And direct selling is just slamming people to a site and just saying, hey, buy, and I know a certain number of you are going to buy in, a certain number of you are not. And then the indirect selling, which essentially providing value, providing entertainment, doing those kind of things, and a number of those people are going to say, I like this dude. I want to buy stuff from him. And they're going to go to your website and they're going to buy stuff, right? Up until this point, the laptop lifestyle has been something that's been very appealing to people, right? You've got people who have jobs, 9 to 5s, that go to work all day, and they say, man, if I could just sit in front of my laptop from my home and I could build my business, that would be just epic. And up until this point, that has been true, right? But what I'd like to introduce you to is an idea. I'd like to introduce you to a concept, and up until this point, you've heard about it, but it's about to be taken to the next level, okay? And that is having the ability to be able to build a business on your cell phone, okay? Having the ability to not have to open your laptop, but to be able to shoot a video, to be able to deliver your message, and whatever your message is. My friends, some of you just want to build your business or get your message out there. You have something inspiring to say to people. You want to go out there and impact and influence people, and you want to share the value that you have from the experiences that you've been through. And I'm a big fan of that. But others of you want to build your business. Maybe you're a real estate agent who wants to take the phone and you want to say, hey, guys, I wanted to shoot this quick video for you because I'm here at this house and I want to take kind of a video of this house, and I wanted to get up on my blog here right away so you guys could see this firsthand so you can have an opportunity to be able to bid on it before anybody else. Or maybe you're somebody else. Maybe you're, I don't know, maybe you've got another profession to where you want to be able to communicate with your friends, with your prospects, with your customers fast. And you don't want to have to fumble around with technology. You don't have to even open your laptop. My friends, the laptop lifestyle is about to be old, and the reason why is because mobile is just sexier, right? It's just faster, and it's just better. And what we're going to be launching here in less than 2 weeks is a new proprietary platform that we have literally invested millions and millions of dollars on. We've had some of the smartest people all around the world working full-time on this for over a year, right? And we've got technology and systems and a platform that is absolutely going to revolutionize the entire blogging, the entire marketing, and the entire customer getting process, right? And give you the ability to not only build a business, but also have a life at the same time. If you're somebody who has a business that you want to build fast, and you want to do it and have a life at the same time, and you want to do it quick, you want to do it efficiently, my friend, what is going to launch here in a couple of weeks is absolutely going to blow your mind. But here's what I want to talk to you if you're somebody who's looking for an opportunity to change the direction of your life. You have an opportunity right now to become an affiliate. You have an opportunity right now, which is not an opportunity that most people get in the online marketing industry that's filled with gurus and a 5-circle syndicate of super friends that nobody knows really what's going on until the last minute, and it's usually every product launch is dominated by the biggest gurus with the biggest list who are kind of on the inside. You have an opportunity right now, my friend, and the reason why I'm talking to you kind of so direct and so blunt is because, my friend, this is big. This is something that can change your life. This is something that can alter the direction of your financial future. And I'm telling you, my friend, it's bigger than you think. It's bigger than I even realize myself right now. What I want you to do, if you're somebody who wants to really make a change fast, and when I say fast, over the next 30 days, I'm talking about leverage one of the biggest product launches in history of its kind in this industry. My friend, here's what I want you to do. There's a big button below this video. I want you to actually set up your blog. Okay? I want you to actually set up your version 1 blog. Now here's what's cool and what's going to happen is when you set up your version 1.0 blog, you can actually, and you're going to get grandfathered into the new blog absolutely free, right? No additional charge. The new system is going to be the same price. We're going to offer some bonuses and stuff like that during the period of time that we launch it. But my friend, you have an opportunity to get grandfathered in and be kind of playing around, getting used to and getting your blog set up and preparing for the launch so you can actually be demonstrating the product to your prospects. Very, very important. And if you're somebody who wants to take advantage of the launch and participate, and my friend, when I say take advantage of the launch, I want to tell you where my success came from. Every single turning point that's happened in my career or my business has always happened during a big promotion. It's always happened during a big launch. Why? Because I went and I produced enough to be able to create an income story. I produced enough to be able to go out there and maybe get some recognition or create a success story. That's what I mean by income story. And I was able to leverage that success story and be able to take that so I could go out there and show people that I was getting results so they would then want to work with me more, want to join me more, want to buy more products from me and learn from me and be mentored by me. This, my friend, is your opportunity to do that. If you've been somebody who's been struggling in this business for years, this is your opportunity to create a success story for yourself. Do something big so you can step up to the next level, okay? When you become a customer, now you don't have to become a customer to become an affiliate, but I highly recommend, and this is what I'm going to strongly tell you tonight, is that you should own our blog. You should just be a customer because the product is that good, and you're going to want this bad boy when it launches, okay? You also will then have the opportunity in the back office to become an affiliate. You can do that. You can position yourself. We've got resources. You're going to be plugging into daily assignments. We're going to be literally walking beside you, not in front of you, not behind you, but literally walking beside you throughout this launch process in coaching you, mentoring you, and guiding you along the way. Now here's the other thing. We're going to be doing 4 events throughout the month of October during this product launch. So you're going to have the opportunity, as somebody who's maybe brand new, somebody who is wondering, am I going to get in this thing and then not have any support? You're going to have the opportunity to come and connect with us personally. Come and actually show up to an event, and we're doing 4 around the country. There's only a limited number of tickets still available, to where we're literally going to coach you, to guide you, and to teach you throughout the entire process, and you're going to have the opportunity to learn live from us throughout the product launch. My friend, there is never, and I mean never, in the history of my career, of me being involved in this marketing stuff, never has there been an opportunity to tap in live during a product launch and teach and be mentored by the people who are getting the results that you want. My friend, this is, and I can't stress this enough, the single biggest opportunity that I've ever seen or been a part of in my entire life. And guys, the time to strap up, the time to show up, the time to get involved, the time to lock arms, the time to take action, the time to put your entire life aside, the time to say, dog, it's time to stop barking, and tell the kids, it's time to stop crying, and tell the significant other or the spouse or the husband or wife, honey, I'm going to be tied up for the next 30 days, and I need you to just chill and let me do this thing. And I'm telling you, my friend, and I'm telling you this bluntly, and I'm telling you this strongly because I've done it. Erin, my fiance, who I just proposed to over in Rome, she said yes. Can you believe it? Let me tell you something. When I first got started in this business, our relationship was rocky. It was rocky. And the reason is because I had to work my ass off. I had to stay up and put in 18-hour days. I didn't have live events coming that I could go to. I didn't have people that could mentor me. I was a grinder. And I said, honey, I know you may not understand this right now, but I love you enough, and I believe that you deserve the best in life, that I'm willing to let you be mad at me here for about 30 to 45 days, because I'm going to go out here and I'm going to do this. And you know what she did? Eventually, she didn't like it at first, but eventually, before she started to support me, she said, this dude is serious. He's actually doing this. And you know what? That was the turning point in my business. And I went out there and I got results. And I'll tell you one of the quickest ways to get your spouse on board: deposit a check in the bank account. Quickest way to get your spouse on board. Go and deposit a check in the bank account. I'll tell you what my first check was: $2.50. Laughable. Okay? But you got to start somewhere. My friends, what you have right now is much bigger than anything that I ever had. And this is not a I used to walk 2 miles uphill both ways in the snow to school story. But my friend, this is a eye-opening revelation. You have an opportunity right now unlike anything else. With that being said, we are going to, if anybody wants to jump out, then just, like put your arms out like this. But I'm going to just get some thoughts here. Tony Rush, my brother, let me tell you something. The man that needs no introduction, over to you.
Thank you, man. You know what? You got me fired up because you're talking about the grind, and we've all got a grind story. but I've spent the last couple of weeks, actually the last month or so, sort of walking around in a state of gratitude because of what's about to happen. And the challenge that I think that we have is that those of us who have gotten a little bit of a peek behind the curtain, it's hard to put in language our enthusiasm for how incredibly easier internet marketing is going to be with the upcoming blog beast as compared to what's available out there now on the internet. So I look back at my own story of when, and Dave, my story. Jessica, I could talk. I would never be able to express enough gratitude to my wife for believing in me, even though she might not have necessarily believed in some of the ideas that I had about how to get out of a job. But what you were saying a few minutes ago about putting the blinders on, that was me. I went to my wife and I basically said, hey, honey, look, this is the thing that's going to get me out of the job. This is the thing that's going to get me off the road and traveling. This is the thing that's going to put me back at home with my wife and kids. And what it's going to mean is when I get home from work, I'm going to have to invest an hour to get my business up and running, or I may have to skip, going to Walmart on Saturday morning to stay home and listen to some audios. But if I can put the blinders on, if you'll just shove sandwiches to me under the bedroom door, or the spare bedroom that I was using as an office, right? If you can just shove sandwiches under the door at me and let me run with my blinders on, this is the thing that's going to get me to where I want to go. And when I look back now and see the power of simple decisions, the power of something as simple as say, yes, let me take a look. I've had people that looked at this and said, well, it looks too good to be true. And I said, you know what? That's a fair assessment. That's a pretty fair assessment. It does look too good. It looks better than everything out there. But the question is that a good enough reason to stop looking? And for me, the answer was no. So I kept looking. And this opportunity of being able to offer this product for the last 2 years has been mind-blowing. But now, and back to kind of bring us up to present time, when I look at what's behind the curtain and I see what's about to be rolled out here in the next 2 to 3 weeks, when we start really rolling things out in a public way, I find myself sort of pinching myself again. It's like, can lightning strike twice in the same place? That's the question. Because 2 years ago, I was broke. I was burned out on the industry. I was tired of doing all the stuff, all the hassles that are normally associated with a home business. And I find my way to Empower Network. And it's allowed me and my family to create an unbelievable lifestyle where I do what I want, when I want, with the people that I'm in love with. Travel the world. My kids all have more stamps in their passport than I did when I was 30. Just the ability to go and to do and to be the dad that says yes more often. I got tired of being the dad that said no all the time. I got tired of being the dad that said, hey, that's a pretty nice toy. Maybe we'll put that on the list and see if, Santa Claus will bring that to you this year. So when I saw the changes that happened in my life 2 years ago, and then I see what's about to happen, almost to the day, a 2-year anniversary, I find myself sounding a little hypey when I express my enthusiasm for what's coming. It would break the back of every word that I know to try to express this is different than the normal launch. This is different than anything else you've ever seen. This is a different product. It's a different pay plan. It's a different opportunity. And so I could go on and on all night, but here's kind of where I'm at right now. As we're doing this tonight, live on camera, it's September the 30th. So we're closing the book on September. And we're getting ready to start what I call the 90-day run. And it's an extremely exciting time. There's more people, according to, I think it was Neil Offen up in Washington, D.C., Direct Sales Association. He made the comment a couple years ago. He said, over 75% of the people that start a home business actually get started between September and the end of the year. And there's several factors for why that is. But suffice it to say, the kids are back to school. We've got 90 days to the end of the year, and people want to make a difference. They want to make sure that they wrap up this year in a special way. And like I said, there's a couple of reasons for why that is, but one of the big ones, and this may seem a little premature to talk about it on September the 30th, but one of the big ones for me was I just always got tired of being the dad that was rushing around on December the 22nd, going down to Walgreens and CVS and trying to pick out something that my kids would like to unwrap for a Christmas gift. And you know, maybe you celebrate the holidays, somebody else. I celebrate Christmas. We have a tree and it's the whole thing, you know. But whatever it is, most of us in December, we like to express our love for each other with gift giving and lots of free time to spend with each other. And so every year around this time, I'm highly aware that around this date, you've got 90 days to really make a massive difference in how you wrap up the year. So if you want to have a fantastic holiday season, you can't start in December. You can't start when the stores are selling stuff. You can't start when you hear Bing Crosby on the radio. It's too late. But if you start in September, early October, you've got a solid 90-day run where literally you can create thousands and thousands of dollars in commissions by following a simple system. And of course, Sharp's already told you about our income disclaimer. There's a link on this page somewhere. But you've got the opportunity. What we're giving you is the opportunity. The platform, the training, the community, the product, the pay plan, everything's here. The only variable, the only missing factor is you. And having said all of that, 2013 is even more special because for the first time in the history of the internet, people who make this 90-day run in 2013 are going to have every advantage possible. This is the first time ever that someone who's really wanting to make a difference in 90 days in their life is going to be able to do it with all the pieces of the puzzle on the table at the same time. So like, if you're like I was, you probably have been in a home business before. I used to be the guy who, I signed up in this company, I said, it's got great products, but the pay plan's not really rewarding me. So I went to a different company. And they had a great pay plan, but they didn't have much customer support and no training. And then you go over here to this other company, and they got the right training, but their pay plan sucks. And it seems like I've bounced all over the industry for several years trying to find the total solution. And what we've got now is the total solution. It's literally put 7 figures in my bank account in the last 23 months, 22 months. But yet I find myself more excited about the next 90 days than I do the last 23 months. Because I know that if somebody comes here and they actually take advantage of the timing, timing is everything. Timing is everything. And the people that take advantage of it right now are not only going to be able to create an amazing success story in the next 90 days, but they're going to be able to use a tool and a product that's never existed until right now. So it's like the perfect storm. It's all these factors coming together in a way that's never, ever existed before. So to echo something that David Sharp said a few minutes ago, if you've ever said, I'm just never in the right place at the right time, if you've ever said those words, you can never say that again after tonight. This is the opportunity. The opportunity, a lot of people have said, if I could just get around people that were making the kind of money I want to make, if I could just look over their shoulder. I used to say that. I remember one time there was a guy that was making about $20,000 a month, which back then, that made him a god to me. Financially, in the world of network marketing, I thought, man, if he's making $250,000 a year, man, if I could make a tenth of that, I'd be thrilled to death. And it was true. That's where I was. But I remember thinking, man, if I just had the opportunity to get around some of these people that make that kind of money, I would do what they told me. If I could look over their shoulder and just model what they do, I'd give anything for that opportunity. I'd gnaw my left hand off to have that opportunity. And now I find that $20,000 a month is actually, it's not as much money as it used to be, but I was astonished at how simple the business plan was to achieve it. And honestly, once you get to 20,000, getting to 30 and 50,000 is sometimes, in some cases, an even faster process. And obviously, it depends on your effort and your commitment, the time involved, and everything depends on you and your ability to actually do the work. But here's the opportunity for you tonight. this is your opportunity to get around people that are living the way you want to live, and that are earning the kind of money you want to earn. And they're just real people. I see here and I see Justin Varengia over here on the bottom of my screen. He's about to be a new dad. And Lawrence Tam and I got to spend quite a bit of time together a few weeks ago. We were down in Miami together. All these people down at the bottom of the screen are people that I've gotten to know. These are my friends. These are people that I hang out with and talk to. And there's no velvet ropes. Anybody who wants to be on a hangout like this one as a top producer in the internet marketing world can do that. So I feel like I probably mixed a lot of different topics into one very short little 5-minute segment here. But I am so excited because I know what your life can look like in 90 days. I know what this business did for me. I know what this opportunity has done for the Rush household. And I spend most days in a state of gratitude. And a little freaked out for 2 reasons, and I'll close with this. A little freaked out that a former Walden Books bookstore clerk can actually work a couple hours a day and have this incredible lifestyle. And the fact that it just came from making a few very simple, very powerful decisions. It's freakish. It's amazing. There's no difference between you and I. The only difference perhaps is that I got here a little bit before you, and maybe I've made some decisions or taken some actions you haven't taken. But that's it. So in a world where people tell you how difficult it is to get results or how hard it is to make a lot of money, I'm freakishly grateful that it turned out to be a much shorter journey than I imagined. Here's the other part that kind of freaks me out, though, and this is my last point. What if I had said, nah, that's just one of those things? What if I had been the kind of person to say, nah, that's just too good to be true? That's just like that's all those guys on the internet that's always trying to scam you, you know, or that's one of those pyramid things. I could have been that guy. David Sharp will tell you, I'm one of the most skeptical people in the world. I'm probably one of the biggest skeptics in our community. I'm a big fan of data and evidence. I like sitting down and analyzing things. But I'll tell you what, the closer I looked at Empower Network, the better it looked. And it still freaks me out to this day that I very could have not been paying close attention and walked right by this and missed the opportunity, not just to impact my wife and my kids and the people around us, but I wouldn't be sitting here tonight with a handful of my best friends getting ready for what is, without a doubt, going to be the most exciting, the biggest, and the most profitable transformation in the world of internet marketing. So the finest decision you could possibly make right now is to take a look at this thing. It's literally $25. It's $19.95 if you want to be an affiliate. But you can lock in your spot right now and go ahead and start looking around from the inside out. You know, a lot of people are a big fan of due diligence, which I totally understand. I'm a big fan of it myself. But the reality is, too, I spent more than $25 on lunch today, and most people on this line may have done the same thing. So this is not, you're not buying a house. You're not giving a kidney here. This is the opportunity to get the best look from the best seat in the house, which is from the inside out, and lock in your spot before this thing goes live really, really quickly. So, Sharp, I better come in for a landing while I'm near the runway. But hey, it's an honor to be here. Thanks for the invitation to be here. I could not be more grateful for this opportunity, and to you and David Wood for the vision that you guys have created here, man. Thanks a lot.
Sorry, I think I was on mute.
There you go.
It's just a good example to show you that you really can be technically challenged and still be successful in this business. I think I kind of demonstrate that every day because the majority of the times I actually don't even know how to work my cell phone. I've actually, for those of you who don't know the story, I was actually shooting a video and shot most of my videos on my phone and was holding the phone like this, and I would upload them to YouTube before they got slapped on. Now, God bless YouTube. We are using a Hangout right now, so I don't want the YouTube gods to come down and slap us. But you know, I couldn't figure out, so I won't say anything bad about them. I'll save it for when we've got our own Hangout system. Anyways, I would load these videos up on YouTube, and they'd be like completely skinny, and I was so frustrated. I mean, I was like downloading apps. Which is a hassle and something hilarious, anyways, to watch me going into the app store and trying to figure stuff out. If you've ever actually seen one of my sales letters before it goes through and I edit it, there's more red "you misspelled this" lines on the dang letter than anything that you've ever seen before. It's really hilarious. But I was hanging out with Wood, and I was like, dude, I'm over this, man. I was like, dude, I'm just done. I don't know what to do. I can't figure out how to get these videos looking right. And Wood walked over to me and he said, dude, what are you trying to do? And I said, all I want is the video to be wide on the YouTube channel, just to look normal. And he goes, bro, you ever tried just turning the phone on its side? And we were at my house by my pool. Wood was this close to getting thrown in my pool. I was so absolutely just furious that was the solution. And he's still laughing at me for that today. So with that being said, Mr. Jones, there's a song here. Hey, I can't think of the tune right now, but
that's my song.
Dude, that song's got nothing on me, man. I need to make another song that's like 10 times more gangster for you, because dude, you're like an internet thug, but a good one. You're like Robin Hood for the internet, dude. Good to see you, man. I wish I could have had you on more Hangouts, but you're like this elusive creature that's difficult to get a hold of. So drop some nuggets on us, brother. Good to have you on, man.
I appreciate it. I just got this email. I saw one of the other people in this chat here responded to it, and I was like, oh, crap, I got to get on here. And then I realized what I was walking into, threw a hat on and, combed my hair a little bit, and here I am. So, it's so cool because you are right. I have been kind of behind the scenes a lot lately because I know that massive action right now is what is indeed going to create the massive results. And the only reason I say this, and one thing I wanted to come on here, I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I've been in this industry for 8 years. I mean, I've been in the online business world. And when I first started online 8 years ago, I didn't know a thing about business in general. In fact, it was pretty funny because I saw other people making all this money. Like a lot of you watching right now are like, okay, these guys are making money. I hear what's going on in Empower Network. I see what's going on, but can that be me? Well, I was that same person 8 years ago. In fact, it was a pretty young kid at the time that was online making all this money. And I said to myself, deep inside, I said, I'm not an idiot. I have an education. I've been successful in other things, so why couldn't I do this? And so once I just forgot about all the ideas of scam and all those things that go through your head, is this real? Is it too good to be true? I just said, forget it. Who cares? I just threw it out the window. I went to a Barnes & Noble bookstore and I bought Website for Dummies because I was honestly an internet dummy. And I got through 2 chapters and actually threw it in the trash. That's how far I got. So, it was kind of one of those things. I had to learn how to build a website because I figured I needed to make money online. You need a website. Well, lo and behold, I didn't need all that stuff. And I became successful after, I think it was about a few months online trying to figure things out. I've had some good coaching, some good people around me, which is a big deal. Those of you watching this, if you look at this panel, it's a rock star panel. This does not happen, as these guys are saying, and there is a lot of gratitude. What Tony was alluding to is just we're also grateful because when this company came across my desk in December 2011, I didn't think anything of it. It was probably the ugliest website I'd ever seen. No offense, Dave. You guys were wearing flip-flops and tank tops. I love you both, but I didn't take it serious. And I saw a spark in your eye. I saw an idea. And as myself, as somebody who's gone out on a limb and made some money and lost some money and had failures and successes, I saw something there. And I said, you know what, this has potential. Let's see where it goes. Just like I think everybody on here, we never say, hey, this is going to be the next Microsoft or Apple. You never expect that. It's just you have a vision and you follow through with that during turbulence or whatever happens in your business. You just keep pushing. And these guys kept pushing and kept pushing and kept pushing. And I fought this company for a year I didn't get it. I didn't believe these guys were going to go anywhere necessarily, but I just kept promoting the offer, just like he was just saying. You have a website, you promote it, and you make money. I was very consistent with that. And after a year of saying, you know what, I stepped back for a minute. I had a phone call with David Wood, and it was like a 3-day-long phone call. For those of you that know David Wood, he's a little long-winded, but it was one of the best phone calls I had. In fact, it was the turning point for me in this industry, because I said, you know what, 5 years ago, I was wishing and hoping for a hybrid business platform like this. Not only does the product absolutely rock, and those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, you're about to see that. This product will dwarf anything else on the industry or in the industry. But more so, the opportunity behind this and the fact that you're getting in at the point in time that's really shifting things. And I say hybrid business model because it is that. It's not just one thing. It's not just selling stuff online, or it's not just promoting yourself or doing videos. There's a lot of ways to be successful within this industry, and this company gives you that freedom to do so. It's not linear. It's not like, hey, you got to go to Craigslist and place a bunch of ads. I think every single person on this board right now does different stuff to make money, but it's all the simple stuff. It's not like, we're any gurus or anything. We're very consistent with what we do, and we're blessed to have a platform like the Empower Network and what David Sharp and David would have put together. So, even though it may look like from the outside looking in, oh, is it one of those? Is it real? It's, if you look at how many people are on this, I don't even know what kind of numbers. It's crazy. But I've never seen a company in the 8 years I've been online. I've seen a lot of companies come and go. A lot of companies where we think it's going to be the next big thing, just absolutely just see the bottom fall out. This company has done a lot of things right, and it's caught me by surprise. I think a lot of you here, it's caught you by surprise, and we embrace it 100% because of the product, but also because of the community and the leadership that's behind this. So as a leader, as somebody who's been there and done it, I will tell you, there's been a couple times in my life, since I've been online, I'll leave you with this, that I've made the most amount of money, and I've done very well. I won't even tell you figures, but the 2 times that I've made the most amount of money is when companies hit momentum. One of them was my own company, and one was another company. And at those turning points in those companies, you can see incomes 10 times what they are just by doing the same things that you're doing. But because of momentum and because of innovation, these are the things that you see. And so it's so cool to see things come together, and the hard work that you guys put in, and the type of money and capital that you back this. And it's a rare thing. And so those of you watching this, it's my pleasure to be here, to be a leader in this company, to be somebody who I can pitch in my 2 cents of what I have, because I do a lot of other things outside of this, but this is a big focus of mine because I believe where this is going, and it's honestly the tip of the iceberg, if you ask me. So congrats to you, Dave. You're doing a great job. I cannot wait to see the new stuff coming out. I can't wait to use it more, foremost.
Well, dude, thank you, man. I just I appreciate, and this is one thing that I have just got to say, is that to have this caliber of people together in one place at one time, my friends, special, right? It's very special. So here's what I know, is that anytime I've played sports, or anytime, especially sports, I've always played up or down to the people that I was around. And the truth is, and this is just the cold hard truth, everybody on this panel wants you to succeed. You can go and play with people who you're going to just fit in with. Or you can go and play with people who are just kind of going to massage you along and just, maybe tap you on the butt and give you an attaboy. Or you can be around people, and this is what I respect so much about everybody on this panel and our leaders in Empower, is this is a tough place to be a quote-unquote leader, because there's so many of them here, right? I mean, this is not a place to where you just rest on your laurels and you're the guy who made $50,000 a month 10 years ago and everybody's still kissing your feet. I mean, this is a place to where if you want to better yourself, if you want to challenge yourself, if you want to really push yourself to the edge because you know that you have something inside of you that just has not been released yet because you haven't been around the right people, then my friends, this is a place that will push you to do that. I've got some stats here that I want to read to you here in a second and tell you just a very quick story. But before I do that, I want to pass it over to the man, the myth, the legend, That would be you, Mr. Aaron Rashkin. We just had a fantastic time out in Denver when I was on a little secret trip out there, my brother. We'll keep that just for the backroom stories because that stuff there is worth $10,000 an hour just to talk about it. But hey, brother, how you doing, man? What's your thoughts, dude? Just give us drop a couple of nuggets. Give us what's going on in that brain, my brother.
Yeah, man. What a lineup here, man. I am privileged to be a part of this lineup. This is pretty amazing to get all these top earners and amazing leaders all in one place for the right reasons, and that's what's most important. What's coming up for me is that I know everybody here has very pure intentions, because when you get the money out of the way, in other words, when money's no longer the issue, it's about bringing people with you, and that's what I see in every one of these leaders, is that, you know, they say that in corporate America it's lonely at the top, and the truth is it's only lonely at the top if you have to step on other people's heads to get there. And that's the exact opposite of what these guys and gals are doing. I see Tracy down there. What's up, Trace? And you know, it's amazing. You know, I always say that the consciousness of an organization starts at the top, and it drifts down into the field of leaders and all the members, and you know, here we have, you know, tens of thousands of affiliates, and each and every one of these panelists tonight, each and every one of these leaders and, you know, true visionaries in their own business, you know, they are the consciousness of thousands and thousands of people. It's not like we're all you know, just leading, you know, a small group here. We have some tremendous organizations, and there are a lot of other leaders that could be here as well. I mean, if the Google Hangout platform could hold 500 people, we have that many people that have the same vision, Dave, that you and Dave Wood brought to the community here. And what I love about this whole Empower Network is that all of our dreams fit inside of the vision of this company. So I just wanted to share that real quick while it was fresh in my mind. Yeah, we did have some fun times the other night in Denver. I know that we laughed our asses off. I feel assless right now because of how much fun we had. Just laughing and just talking about the launch and talking about the leaders and talking about all of our members and what this, you know, new platform is going to bring to the not just our industry, but to all industries. And here's what's really cool about it, is that this is not, you know, something that we're just testing out. You know, this is not, you know, if you want to say that we did a test and it brought in over $70 million. That's the test that we did over the last 24 months. And to be quite honest, that was kind of practice for what we're about to experience in the next 24, 36, you know, 60 months, over the next 2, 3, 5 years. Not to say that it has to take that long to be successful. Tony and I, we put our teams together here just last week, and we did a hangout about, you know, how it doesn't have to take 2 to 5 years to be successful. You can be successful when you choose to be successful, literally like that. And, you know, it doesn't happen, you know, you're not going to make all the income that you're going to make over the years in one day, one night. But the decision to be successful happens in an instant. And when you choose to change your quality of life and surround yourself with people like this, you know, this is not just a blogging platform. This is not just a 100% commission paid plan. This is not just, you know, content creation and publishing of information. This is Empower Network for a reason. You know, the company was named Empower Network because that's what it's done for so many tens of thousands of people around the world, and it's a proven concept. You know, we take people that have never been successful before, and the truth is that, you know, anybody that wants a presence online, anybody that wants to have a business where they work from their home phone, their computer, and now their mobile phone, right? Anyone that wants to do this, unplug, right, and be completely mobile, they have the opportunity to do that. It's called two-click content. And when you take a picture or you do a video and you're able to upload it and continue to live your life, you're no longer living your business, or should I say living your life around the business. You fit your business now into your life, and it doesn't have to take 5 or 7 or 10 hours like many of us, used to slave away at our computers. We can do it on the go. We can do it on the run. That's our lives these days. We get to travel, take vacations, spend more time with the people who matter most, our friends and family and business, our families and friends around the world, who, if the business wasn't even here, would still be our friends and family. And that's the beauty of it all, is that we don't just build a business, right, with people. We're building people with the business. And I think that should be Empower Network's motto, to be honest with you. You know, we're really building people. We're building people and their belief systems. We're building people and the quality of their lives. We're building people and the strength that they have for their own families, and for them to be able to change their kids' lives and their grandkids' lives and literally leave a legacy. And, you know, you're right, Dave. You know, a lot of us have made a lot of money in this business. A lot of us have made millions of dollars online over the last, you know, handful of years. My wife Sophie and I have only been on the internet not even 5 full years. And, you know, we used to do things the old way. And to be quite honest with you, you know, the old school of network marketing and home business, it still works. But I always say, why take the stairs when you can take the elevator? You know, there's nothing wrong with getting rich quick, and there's nothing wrong with growing a business quickly. That's not to say there's a guarantee, but there's nothing wrong with doing that. Why struggle? Why take the long road when you could take the short road and use the leverage of the technology and the automation that we have inside this community, inside Empower Network, to build a business and take care of yourself and your family. So I'm excited, Dave. I know that there's thousands of people watching. I think the count was over 5,000 people about 30 or 40 minutes ago. I know tens of thousands of people are going to watch the replay here. And so it's time. This is it. You know, we've been kind of hanging out in the on-deck circle, swinging the heavy bat for the last 24 months. And when we go live here in just a couple of weeks, you're going to see literally tens of thousands of people all having the same conversation, all sharing the same message, all working together to lift each other up and raise each other up. And I'm going to quote my man, my great friend, my brother, Justin Varengia. I'm going to steal his quote because I know that he's stolen mine a few times. But I saw one time Justin talked about this from stage, I believe. He said, when you compete with other people, nobody cares. But when you compete with yourself and you want to outdo yourself and you want to completely reinvent and retransform yourself, and when you realize that your next level of success demands a new you, when you compete with you to bring out the best that you have, other people raise you up and they lift you up and they help you get there faster. And that's what Empower Network's all about, and that's why we're here, and that's what everybody has to realize about why this company has broken records at breakneck speed. I mean, we have rewritten the books of internet marketing. And Dave, you know, when you look at this company, we've done close to, what, nearly $70 million in commissions. Who's counting, though, right? Because when you take care of the people, the money takes care of itself. So that being said, my man, I'm going to pass it back over to you. I know there's a bunch of great visionaries that want to share here on the Hangout tonight, but appreciate you having me on, and pass it back over to you, my man.
Well, dude, that's hard to follow that one up with anything. I tell you, whenever I hear you speak, dude, it's just like a walking, talking, just personal development book of just nuggets and one-liners that are dropped just one after another, and I'm just like, I can't write them down fast enough, man. Guys, if you're on this call tonight, I'm serious. Have a piece of paper and a pencil and be taking notes. Seriously, I mean, you could hear something tonight that could change or alter the way that you think if you're paying close enough attention and if you're ready. And I believe that if you're on this call tonight, you're ready. I believe that if you're on this call tonight, tonight is your time. I believe that now is your time. And it's what a time for now to be your time. With the launch of the Blog Beast EN version 2.0, the ability to be able to go out there and build a business from your phone. And listen, version 3.0 is already being innovated and built right now. It's not like we're resting on our laurels here. This is a debt-free company. And I mean, I never actually thought that I'd be like somebody who said that, but there was always these companies that I was always in, and they'd be like, debt-free company, this and this and that. And then I'd find out that they really actually weren't. You know, that they really had like debt, and they had investors, and they, you know, they'd get in little battles in the boardroom, and somebody would break a nail, and then they decide to shut the company down. But I mean, this is a company, guys, that's only here because of the people. It really has nothing to do with Dave and I. I mean, Dave and I were just a couple of ex-homeless guys that had a couple of ideas and enough passion and just absolute craziness to go out there and try something new because we were sick of the old. And we got enough good people around us. I mean, it is because of the Aaron Raskins, the Chuck Marshalls, the Chris Jones, the John Roses, the Justin Vrenges, the Lawrences, Tonys, Tracys, and the Vicks coming in and saying, I want to run with these guys that make us who we are. So the question is who is our next success story? Because we're looking for them. I believe that you're on this call tonight. I believe that you are, if you're on this call, somebody who your time is now, right? So click the button below and get started and come meet us at one of the events. I just checked the statistics for the tickets. We're actually going to be launching video 1 of the launch video series, which is literally going to be a movie. It's not going to be me or Dave in front of like a whiteboard doing breakdowns. I do enough of that just on my own, as you can see. It's going to be a motion picture, right? This is going to be something that people will not forget for years to come, will be talked about for decades to come. And you'll have the opportunity to be in the room, my friend. Be in the room. I want you to think about, and I'm not trying to compare myself to Steve Jobs, because by all means, the man is on a level of his own, right? Rest his soul. But my friends, I want you to imagine how big of an opportunity, something that people talk about for years and years to come, to be in the room when that man unveiled the iPod or when that man unveiled the iPad. My friends, where we're going with what we're creating right now is going to be that big. And out of the gate and several months and years down the road, you have the opportunity to literally be there in the room with us, my friend. This is a big deal. So once you get started, snatch up your event ticket, like right away. We're doing an event in Anaheim. That's going to be the first event where video 1 is going to be going live. There's also events in DC, Dallas, and Orlando. Orlando is going to be Orlando, I believe, in Dallas, final events. So the final video is going to be going on or made live at that event. We'll be coaching you guys, have an opportunity to be able to connect with us and really get your business started the right way fast the first 30 days. And if you've been involved in the business for the last 30 or 60 days or 90 days or 9 months or 9 years, you have an opportunity to restart your business. That's the beautiful thing. Sometimes you just need to start over. This is your chance. There's a button below. You cannot miss it. If you're on this call right now, click it. And I don't mean just click it. Pound the thing. I mean, take your mouse, put that bad boy over, and pound it, and fill your information out, get started, and become a member of the family. Man, this is not just a company. I mean, nobody's here to impress you. Nobody's here to talk you into anything. Nobody's here to convince you or twist your arm. If this is not something for you, my friend, listen, your misery will be refunded 110%. That's what they used to tell me. They said, Dave, I would be trying to get clean and trying to turn my life around, and I was butting heads, and I wanted to do it my way. And, I had guys look at me and say, Dave, that's fine. Dude. Your misery is out there waiting for you. Right? I mean, living paycheck to paycheck, reporting and going to a cubicle. Lawrence Tam can tell you about that. As a matter of fact, Lawrence, why don't you here in a second? Go into a cubicle, reporting to a boss that you don't like, continuing to spin your wheels in some company selling products that you don't believe in. Believe me, I sold lotion, potion, pills. Hell, I sold face creams for years, my friends. I was going out there telling people, oh, don't worry about the products because I didn't want to take them to the purple website. But guys, here is an opportunity for you to lock arms with people who actually want what's best for you, and you can do something cool, bringing something really innovative to the marketplace, and make a whole lot of money if that's what you're interested in doing. LT, baby, what's on your mind? I know you've been there, done that, wore that T-shirt, and look at you now. Over to you, brother.
This shirt is literally like over a decade old. It's older than my daughter. I got it from college. And it's brotherhood, it's mechanical engineers coming together, be nerds, right? We come together and have a life. It's pretty awesome. I like it. I wanna I'm going to throw out some numbers for all the people out there who like numbers, who like the ahas. We talk about the apples and get in early. We're not an investment club. We are here to help you building a life, right? If you want to become an affiliate of Empower and you want to sell Empower products, which I highly recommend, we've made a lot of money retailing a viral blogging platform, especially the new one that's coming in, or if you want to just use it to build your own brand, sell hair weaves, sell new platform shoes, or sell more houses. Let's just put it in perspective, okay? So everyone knows Apple released their new iPhone, tons of fanfare, people waiting in line, people are going crazy. Phones are like $500 to $800, really expensive. Do y'all know what they did in 3 days? Why? Because it's a launch. Now, we're launching just the same way. We're actually building up, and then we're launching a new product platform with already hundreds of thousands of people already using it, but we're going to launch into a new platform. But we're not the size of Apple. We're not even competing. But let's just look at the numbers of similarity. So I just saw this over the weekend. Apple was reported by Forbes in a 3-day opening weekend sales. I guess weekend would say 3 days. Maybe it's 2, depending on how they judge what a weekend is. iPhone 5 and iPhone 5C did $9 million, which is a new record. So to me, that's like, wow, that's $9 million, right? Which is funny is, I think Vick does that like every quarter or something. That's just Vick selling Empower. That's just one person. But you have a company that's doing like billions of dollars. Their stock is like $400, per share for Apple, and they're like, yes, we did $9 million, in a weekend, which is still really cool. But Vick does that just on his own, and we have other people here who are going to be doing that per month, just not Vick style, but very close when we get Vick's secret sauce. And I think I got it. So the idea was, how to become Vick? Well, just use the same products as Vick, use the Empower platform. But then I noticed he never wore his glasses. Or does he wear glasses? So I go, well, maybe if I take my glasses off, I can make more money. You think that's what it is? No, it's not. It's just, can you just be very consistent? Well, actually, be you. That's how it is. Vick is a very transparent person. He's an awesome, same as Justin, everyone else on this panel are very transparent. But look, Apple did $9 million in a weekend. There was a video game that also released very recently. Do you know what it did? I don't play this game. Anyone else play this game? It did $1 billion in 3 days. $1 billion in 3 days. So when people go, Lawrence, you can't make money on a $25 viral blogging system. That freaking video game did $1 billion in 3 days. Now, are we this video game? No, we're not. We're not. But what we are is something of value that you can use to sell that video game. Is that kind of ironic? We can use our viral blogging platform on our phone and go, check this out. I just had this new password. Check this out. Oh, Easter egg. Try that out. Boom. Send it to your friend. It goes viral. It's on your blog. You're marketing now. You get that? But here's the saddest point. Going from Apple, huge company, $9 million, going to a computer, one game doing $1 billion in sales. Do you need Empower Network? And here's my question to you. My true question. Do you really need a viral blogging system to market, to sell more homes, to promote how to cut your hair the proper way, or to sell T-shirts, whatever it is, whatever it floats your boat? Do you really need it? My question to you is, answer this question. Are you living paycheck to paycheck? Now, why would I say that, Lawrence? Well, CNN Money just did a survey. 76% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. 76% of Americans are living in paycheck to paycheck. Now, I put this on my Facebook page, and I was like, well, what does this really mean? Is that too high or too low? People go, no, it's way higher than that. So what is paycheck to paycheck? Paycheck to paycheck is you don't have 6 months of a cushion if you lost your job. So my question to you is, do you have something that is a cushion? If not, your butt's going to hurt. Think about it this way. I've been laid off 2 times. The first time, it got me out of just like, whoa, what the heck? I just got here. You laid me off? That was the first time. That was the last time I was unprepared. The second time they laid me off last year, they go, Lawrence, we gotta let you go. And I'm like, I'm going to Vegas. And they're like, you're not sad? I'm like, no, I got a severance package. I'm freaking awesome. Let's go to Vegas. Everyone else is like, like this, not to be mean, but this other scientist I was working with, he had his books, right? He's just like, and I had my breakfast. I'm like, well, I have my breakfast. I'm not going to throw it away. So I'm catching a cab home, and he's got, like, his textbooks. I'm like, he says, like, what are you going to do? I said, well, I got to tell my wife that I got to find another job. I'm like, I got to tell my wife I'm going to Vegas. Like, legitly, you change your path by having a plan just in case crap happens. You've heard that saying, right? Just in case crap happens. 76%. 6 months buffer. I know many of you know people don't have that. But what's more telling, half of the people don't even have $800 in savings. What? What are you talking about? So here's to you. You don't have a plan. You know you don't feel comfortable living paycheck to paycheck. Do you want to make a change? Now, if you don't, you can't complain. You can't ask the government, bail me out. You're not the car companies. You're not the car manufacturers. You got to leave it to yourself and to your kids that you have a safety net. So when I was laid off, you know, income disclaimer, I was making like 50 grand a month with Empower Network. How was that possible? Lawrence, you're a freak of nature. No, I was just a guy on the internet who was about to quit, just like Tony was talking about. Well, what if? I literally was talking to David Wood in my kitchen, and he goes, look, don't quit. You've been through too much. Just come to Costa Rica and just look at this little thing I'm building. That was the seed of Empower Network. What I'm telling you right now is, if you don't have a plan to change your financial outlook and you're trying to hit the lottery, are you saying the lottery is a better bet for your future, your retirement, your kids' education, you allowing yourself to have a good time is on the lottery? Who wins the lottery? The people who do win the lottery lose all their money because they don't have the mental capability of accepting money because they haven't built a business gaining it. It was too easy. And then the rest of the people, the 99.999% of people who don't get the lottery, that's your plan? Why don't you invest in a platform that will help you learn about business, learn about internet marketing, and mobile marketing? I've made so much money on my mobile phone. Why? Because I'm always out. They're like, Lawrence, can you get on, a Skype hangout, or, can you help me with this thing on the computer? I'm like, no, because I'm at the kids' soccer game. No, I'm taking kids to the piano. No, they have kung fu right now. I can't do it because I have a teachers meeting right now. No, I can't do it because I'm hanging out with my wife. Because I'm always marketing on the go, but the systems are going. Your business continues to run. It's like having a restaurant that never closes and your employees go, yes, please give me more. That's what you want. It's an automated business, a mobile, viral platform that you can plug into that has, literally, if you're talking about percentages, has a better chance of you making money selling your own stuff or Empower as a platform than buying the freaking lottery. But why do the lottery? Maybe that's why so many people are living paycheck to paycheck. Do you have a plan? And write it down. What is your 10, 20-year goal? Do you want to retire? Do you want to see your mom being taken care of? Do you want to have a 6-month cushion because you have been laid off before? Maybe you have 3 jobs right now. Don't you think that's messed up? I mean, seriously, someone just emailed me right now. It's like, I got 3 jobs. I'm like, why? Right? Just get what you need to get. Cut down on your expenses. Be frugal. It's okay to be frugal. It is okay to be frugal. I remember when I was growing up, my parents, not said they taught me to be frugal, we would take these water bottles, we would drink it, fill it back with water, and put it back in the refrigerator. Bam! We got cold water again in a bottle. But that's poor hygiene. You don't want to do that. And I know some of you are watching this. Man, I still do that too. So stop doing it. But the idea is this. We learn from those we respect. I respected my parents. That was just the way things were done. People are telling you right now, your college advisors, your high school counselors are telling you to get a job. I say jobs are awesome, but jobs are not where you grow. Here's my last thing I want to really grain into you, and let's see if you can really wrap your brain around this. I went over, we're buying a new house, and I met my neighbors. They're all doctors, and I think one of them or 2 of them are in the oil and gas, so they're probably some oil and gas tycoon. And I'm thinking, I'm the only guy who does internet marketing who wears flip-flops, shorts, and a t-shirt and looks like I just graduated from college, don't shave, and my hair's spiky. And I'm driving around in a Porsche, and I'm picking up my kids. Do you know what they're thinking? Like, what is... And the realization is, you can go that route. You can spend 10 plus years in education. That's fantastic. We give you the education to learn internet marketing using a viral blogging system to teach you the different ways we literally get traffic to make sales on anything on the internet, primarily with one of our awesome products called the 15K Formula on how to get traffic. Isn't that pretty awesome that you can learn from us on how to build a business on the internet? Not like, oh, they have the secret. No. Vic will actually show you what he's doing. Tracy will show you what she's doing. And that's really up to you if you're going to take our plan and what we believe is going to happen with this new launch. It's going to be crazy, crazy. Have your plan, look at it, and go, is this what I really want? And if it is, well, there's a button down below, and let's see if you have some action inside of you on the next day, and you go, well, yeah, I still do want to do that. Then you're ready. Then you're ready to hit the button, and let's go. Thanks, Sharp.
Oh, dude, appreciate you, man. I just love listening to you breaking down numbers because I'm not an analytical guy. I actually also think that's hilarious that you're, you know, the college-looking, you know, frat dude-looking guy in the neighborhood of doctors and lawyers. I'm sure there's some other people who can relate to this, but you know, all of my neighbors, they're always like, you know, trying to figure out what kind of drugs do I sell. They're convinced I sell drugs. They haven't quite figured out what kind it is yet. You know, is it marijuana? Is it heroin? Is it? They're kind of eyeballing me. They invite me over. We, you know, questions and conversations, but it's on the borderline of interrogation. But guys, that is what is possible. That's what makes this so fun. With that being said, got my man over here, Mr. Chuck Marshall, dude. I tell you what, good to have you out on the webinar, man. This is a guy who I've gotten to know over the last year and a half. Has come in here and absolutely just crushed. Everybody on here, if they're not a member of the Millionaires Club, are very, 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 very close. Okay, very close. Vic, obviously, member of the Millionaires Club. LT, Tony. Chuck is right around the corner. So is John Rowe. Everybody is. Everybody is. But dude, you are crushing, bro. It's been an honor to watch you grow, bro. And for you, as well as everybody else, and for those of you watching, it's just the start. Before I turn it over, my friends, listen. There's I don't even know how many people on this call tonight, but thousands and thousands of people. People are joining left and right, and event tickets are being sold. There's only a limited amount left. Here's what I'm going to advise you to do. Number one, click the button below this video and just get in. I don't know how else to really say. I mean, I could kind of deliver it, you know, in a, you know, I guess politically correct way and say, you know, I really believe that it's time for you to join now. But, you know, my friend, listen, it's time to just get in. You know, it's time to just lock arms with us. It's time to lock arms here and do something big. It's your time. It's your time to shine. It's your time to take it to the next level. This is the right opportunity for you to do that. You're going to get grandfathered in. So a question. You're going to get grandfathered in when you buy the blog right now to the new 2.0 blog beats. Okay, what is that? What does grandfathered in mean? Well, that means that you basically just get it for free. No additional charge, no additional cost. The new platform is going to also sell for $25 a month, but the timing right now, especially if you're going to become an affiliate, is unparalleled, unequivocal. It is absolutely just urgent that you do it right now. Number one, because you can get familiar with the system, so you can actually learn how to use it. If you're going to be an affiliate, go out and promote it. You can know what you're talking about. But also just because, trust me, you're going to want this. It's going to. I'm literally kind of dragging my feet blogging right now just because I can't wait to just shoot a video and just create a post on my phone. And I'm going to tell you something, when this goes live, and of course I've got access to it right now, but I don't want to go and, you know, I don't want to go and make all my boys and gals jealous, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't do that to you. So I'm waiting, but I'm literally dragging my feet on creating blog posts right now because I just can't wait to you know, be blogging with my phone. So anyways, with that being said, Chuck, brother, glad to have you on. I can't edify you enough. I want to keep talking because I want to talk about how just, you know, how much I respect you and just how much fun I've had with you. But I'll be here all night. So over to you, brother.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate everybody, having me out. It's really awesome doing these. It's just like hanging out with my friends and stuff. So it's an honor to be here. And a lot of the times, well, like what we talked about earlier tonight, is that being in the right place at the right time. If you actually for me, when I think about how many times that's actually happened for me, I'm not talking about like, oh, I went to McDonald's and hey, the McRib happens to be back. I guess I'm here at a good time. I'm talking about actual, legit times in my life when I felt like I've been at the right place in the right time. And like the last 10 years, I can think of three. And the first one is when well, you guys, everybody here knows my wife Christy, and a lot of people watch this probably met her at one of the events or something like that, or we were together as kids. I was 18, she was like 16 or 17. We were together for a little while. We broke up for years, and then after I got out of a different relationship, I decided to see what she was doing, and she was actually getting ready to make plans to go to Seattle, to go to college and move away and do all that. And well, when I happened to get back in touch with her, she we ended up kind of sparking back up, like we just kind of picked up where we left off, so to speak, and obviously we got together, got married, had kids, and now that's what, a big part of what my life is now. I mean, that was just like the timing to be in the right place at the right time, and I think about how my life would be completely different, had that went a different way. And one of the other major times is when after 4 years of trial and error, trying to make money on the internet and make money working from home, coming across an ad in a newspaper, like a little penny saver paper that that you can pick up for free at the gas station or the laundromat or Circle K or wherever, the Quickie Mart, and finding an ad and responding to that, and actually being in touch with the guy who has become a great friend and a mentor to me over the past 8 years, which that has dramatically changed my life financially as well, because of the fact that he showed me how to go from what I was doing, which wasn't working, to how to actually make money. And the last time, the third time I can think of is about 22 months ago, almost 2 years ago, when I decided to get into Empower. I mean, I don't want to sound corny, but if I hadn't joined Empower back then, I don't even know what I'd be doing now. Kind of like what Tony said earlier. I mean, I have an idea what I might be doing. I might be trying to promote the next thing and going cycle to cycle and just trying to make money with one thing and not knowing how much I'm going to make this month and versus next month or last month. And it's just that's what I'd be doing, and I'd done that for years, and I was kind of at the burnout stage, just like Tony had said, and a lot of people on here have been through as well. But back when I got into it, I waited a couple weeks because I looked at it, and I think like Chris Jones said, he looked at it and he just kind of was like, it's no big deal. I kind of thought the same thing. I was like, I saw these two guys, I saw a video of Dave Wood running out in the ocean like a crazy man with, saying, "Come join me in Costa Rica," and I was just like, what is this about? I didn't even bother, I didn't pay much attention to it, until after several weeks of people that were emailing me who are that are on my email list, like, hey, you're going to get into this thing in Power Network, because if you are, I want to join with you. And I was like, no, I'm not. Just go ahead and do it. I appreciate you being considerate, but just go ahead and go and do it, and it's fine. Well, after weeks and like hundreds of emails like that, I decided, well, I'll just grab a spot, and I'll just catch some of these little $25 and $100 payments. Well, the first 2 weeks, because I got in like November 11th or November 15th or somewhere, like just a couple weeks after the launch, and that second half of the month, I mean, and like the $25 blog payments and Inner Circles, which I think is the only products we had at the time. I mean, income disclaimer, this is not normal, but I think I made like $7,900 or almost $8,000 just in that, and it kind of caught my attention. I had my attention a little bit. I mean, not all the way, but just a little bit. I decided to, I still didn't pay it a whole lot of mind until the first event came around in Atlanta, when I wasn't even really going to attend that one either. I was in Maui, and I didn't really want to leave Hawaii to go to Atlanta. That's at the time. I never been to an event. I didn't really see like the point of it, the purpose of it. And Dave Wood, he's like, hey, just get here, because it's going to be great, and you'll like it. And I was like, well, something about the way he said that, I decided to go ahead and do it, and that made a huge difference for me, because I'd never been, in the whole time I've been doing this, because I've been around almost maybe as long as Chris Jones said, about 8 years, doing this, and internet marketing and affiliate marketing, direct sales, whatever we'd like to put the label on it as. And I'd seen it out at that time. Once I went to that event, for me is like, I'm really in something special. It's something that I actually am proud to be a part of. And actually met real people, and I saw, Dave, what you and Dave Wood were doing, and how you cared about other people and helping lift other people up and be successful, and how we've, I've seen leaders like emerge and people like life-changing stories, and it's just that's when I kind of got it, and so for me, like this company has been like a lot of firsts for me. I mean, like first time attending events, and first time, speaking on stage, and now participating in a product launch, which is something I've never ever done before, and it's and to think about like kind of the numbers that we've done, the things that we've accomplished as a company, and the precedents that we've set in this internet marketing space, and network marketing is just astonishing, man. It's crazy, and for me, I felt like in the beginning I did this kind of like by accident. I mean, I happened to like be at the right place at the right time, and I wasn't aware of it. Well, now I am, and other people on here, to you guys that are watching this, and everybody here in this panel too, can tell you that like, what's coming out is awesome. I mean, I had a chance to to see what kind of behind the curtain as far as what we're doing, and like Tony said, I've been just in a state of gratitude really, because it's awesome. I mean, I have to be able to do like blogging and stuff from your phone. Like I have, how much content I have in here, how many like blog posts and stuff I can make from my phone with just pictures and videos and things I've got in here already. It's going to be a great way for me to constantly be able to be using this to do whatever I want, use my blog and use the stuff however I want with videos and pictures, and it's all right there. I mean, to me that's crazy, because I'm going to be using it all the time, and like Dave said, going mobile is definitely like where it's at. I mean, because I don't know the numbers for sure. I'm sure probably Tony might know this, or some other person on here that's better with numbers. But as far as like the people that on mobile versus internet, it's like probably, isn't it like 2 or 3 times more than like the amount of people that are on the internet versus the amount of people who are on mobile devices. I mean, it's a lot more. So I mean, to me that's just awesome to be able to do that. And also, Dave, I mean, the amount of money and time and resources that you guys have spent to develop this unique like platform that we're all going to be getting to be able to use here. It's crazy that like with all the money and time and effort and resources you've spent, we're still $25. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, I don't know where else like that happens at. I mean, so I'm excited about that. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be a part of the leadership team here with everybody here. I'm stoked about the regionals coming up. I'm actually going to be at the Anaheim one, I think, which is actually next week, as a matter of fact. So yeah, man, this is awesome. I'm totally grateful, and I'm glad to be a part of everything here with Empower. So my message to people that are watching is, if I think I saw in one of Justin's emails today, well, I'm going to steal something he said, just like Aaron did, is that here's your chance to be first again, or here's your chance to be first this time, or something like, which is true, because you're going to be able to get ahead of and ride the wave on this awesome platform and stuff that we're going to be rolling out here. So that's pretty much what I've got, Dave. I don't know if there's anything else I could add to it. Really, it's been so many great things said so far tonight already, and still so many great speakers left to go. So.
Well, dude, no, you said it perfectly, and I think that the kind of just the humility that you have is now I know you love to have a good time. So I mean, I'm not going to say that you're completely innocent, because Lord knows none of us are. But what just a humble guy, man. And it's nice to hear you say that, because I know who you are. And and this is what I'm going to say. I've still got some stats here. I want to tell you guys a little story, but I'm going to save it because what I have written down on this piece of paper, my friends, I believe is actually going to completely stretch you to a place that you are going to absolutely not be able to help yourself to have a new perspective and realize that there is something much bigger than what you've even seen so far. I'm not going to share that right now. I'm going to wait here a couple of leaders. Here's what I like best about these people. Okay, and again, massive product launch. I believe, and again, we'll wait and see. I believe this will be the biggest product launch in history in the internet marketing, affiliate marketing space by far. I believe that more success stories, I believe more millionaires, and again, this is not a guarantee of income. I'm not going out there claiming that this is going to happen. This is just my personal prediction more millionaires, more success stories, more just pure results will be created from this next 30 days than anything in the history, literally the history of internet marketing, affiliate marketing, possibly even network marketing, because oftentimes network marketing is more of a slower model and you build a business over a 2 to 5 year span. You have an opportunity right now because of some technology, because of some systems, and so because of, most importantly, the caliber of skill set and leadership that you have the ability to be able to tap into right now to make the next 30 days the most profitable 30 days of your life, and really catapult your success in a way that I don't think some of you even realize is possible. That is all going to be dependent on you in making a decision right now, making a decision. And it reminds me a little bit of, and I was just in Denver, but I was telling this story. I was on skis, and it was the first time I'd ever skied before, and I was just an absolute disaster the first about 4 days, right? I mean, it was ugly. There was nothing pretty about it. I mean, there were kids that were like 3 and 4 years old that were doing it better, and my strategy was literally turn, tumble down the hill. That's what it was. It was make 1 turn, make 2 turns, and then tumble a couple of times down the hill. And I literally almost got on a plane and came back. Same as my dad did just a couple of years before when he very first went skiing for the first time. And on the second to last day, I just made a decision that I was just going to let go. I made a decision that I was just going to do it. I made a decision that regardless of how hard I fell or what happened or how stupid I looked or what everybody said about me, I was just going to do it. I was just going to let go. I was going to make a decision, and I was going to take action, and I was going to give it everything that I could to just get down the hill in a somewhat, I didn't really even care if it was graceful, but somewhat kind of consistent fashion. Something changed when I let go. Something changed when I stopped caring about everything externally. Something changed when I stopped caring about the way that I might look or the way that I might sound or the way that somebody might think of me, or when I got out of my own, literally my own way. Because I believe that in my life, the only thing that has ever held me back is my own thinking. And for that moment, I got out of my own way. And I'm going to tell you something. That was a bucket list moment for me, because I remember the hill that I was going down. And it was one of the most beautiful, smooth things that I've ever experienced in my life. And for the next 2 days, it was probably the most fun I'd had in a long time. But it was because I decided to step out onto a limb and take a leap of faith. It was because I decided to do something different. It was because I decided that what had gotten me up until that point, which was not very far, but that thinking was not going to get me to the next level. And I needed to make a change in my thinking, and I did that. And you should have saw me the last day, especially the last couple of hours when I really got out of my own way. And I just started listening to people who had been skiing before in many years, and they would give me tips, and I'd implement it, and I became like, Mr. Slopes himself. But I mean, the last couple of hours, I literally just let go. And I look like I'd been out there for years, just like Justin Varengia looks right now. He looks like he's been making millions of dollars for years, my friends. But you know what? It was only just about 12 months ago that he made a decision, and I saw it. It was only just about 12 months ago that he got out of his own way. It was only just about 12 months ago that he realized that his best thinking got him there and he needed to make a change. And I have literally seen a transformation in this man unlike really anything that I've ever seen before. So with that being said, Justin, I don't need to spit out a bunch of your numbers, man, because honestly, most people on this call wouldn't believe it anyways. But let me just tell you guys that he's doing numbers that most people can only dream of. So is everybody else on this call tonight. What's most impressive, it was just 12 months ago that you couldn't afford to pay your rent down in Costa Rica. With that being said, brother, give me your perspective on that and also what you see coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say it's an honor to be here with you tonight, David Sharp, and some of my best friends and mentors, Aaron Rashkin, Chuck Marshall, Chris Jones, John Morose, Lawrence Tan, we have Vick, we have Tony. So it's humbling experience to be around such great leadership. Yeah, it was actually June of 2012 was my first event. This is where everything transformed. Prior to that, I was burnt out in the industry because I actually been a blogger for years on the internet, but I just never made a lot of money. So what happened with the Empower Network was I had the opportunity to be a part of something, right? And so we had our first event, and it was June of 2012 in Atlanta. I go down to that event. Prior to that event, I was struggling, had problems with my relationship with who's my wife now, and we have a baby on the way. But we were sick and tired of grinding it out. I remember living in Costa Rica, taking my wife out to eat at a restaurant on her birthday and not having enough money to afford what she wanted to eat. And that's when I made a decision that this is a bunch of BS and I need to transform my life. I need to start doing something different. And I heard David Wood, I heard Tony Rush, I heard Chuck Marshall, I heard Tracy Walker, I heard you, David Sharp, and you told me about the importance of surrounding yourself around people that have figured it out already. And so I looked at the Atlanta event as that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And so what happened was my belief stretched. And within 30 days, I went from struggling, grinding it out, barely afford to, pay my rent, to having my best month online and basically making more money in 1 month than what I used to make in a year or 2 years working. So everything just transformed from that point on. And now I look back and I say this was a magical time in my life. There's been a few magical times, similar to Chuck. Obviously, meeting my wife is a magical time. Another magical time, before I had any education, I dropped out of college, FYI. This was early 2000s. I went to school to do real estate, not like college school, but I took like a 2-week course to get my trainee appraiser license so I could eventually become a certified appraiser. And after being in the trenches as a trainee, not even getting paid in the beginning, just so I can work alongside of somebody who knows what they're doing, after 2 years, I went and took my state examination. And this is one of the magical times in my life because I didn't know what I was doing. I went to Tampa, took my test, I failed, and I said, you know what? How many times will they allow me to take this exam? They said you can keep taking it until you pass. So all the stress was alleviated. I took the exam again, and I failed. Then I took the exam again, and I finally passed. In my first year in business, I created a 6-figure yearly income in my real estate business without knowing anything. Why? I look back, and it's like Dave Sharp talks about, I was at the right place at the right time. I didn't have to know a lot, right? All my friends and people who were in real estate at the time all made a lot of money too. Why? Right place, right time. Now I look, after failing 5 years online, getting out of real estate, I finally found the right place at the right time again, and that's why I believe why I'm so successful now. It was when I made that decision and got started, and I focused, what Tony talked about, did a 90-day blitz where I said, you know what? I'm willing to do anything it takes now. I don't care if it's torture to have a lifestyle of freedom later on. So I was doing things like staying up blogging until I'd fall asleep because I didn't have any money for paid advertising. And this is another story some of you may not know, is when my wife and I got started, we were poor. So I didn't have thousands of dollars to dump into paid ads. All I had was a blog and a dream. And I started blogging my way to freedom. And in the beginning, I didn't necessarily see results, but I had faith. I knew what I believed in was something bigger than myself. I knew it was bigger than a business. It became a mission. It became a purpose. And I attached that meaning to it to where I made a decision. I don't care how long it takes me to blog, until I'm passing out. I'll do it now so I can have freedom later because I'm willing to do whatever it takes now to create that freedom because I believe in freedom. And I don't want to be a slave because I look around at people plugged into the matrix, and it kind of drives me crazy because I see so much potential in people. And I know if a hippie, can figure this stuff out. I know if an ex-Hooters waitress can figure out how to make some money online with the Empower Network, that other people can do it too. And then people will say, well, you've made so much money. Don't you think that's greedy that you have such big goals? I look at things different. I think it's greedy if your dreams are small. Because you know what? The more money that us leaders make and that you make here inside the Empower Network, that means the more people you're helping. So the bigger the dream gets, the more purpose that we're fulfilling. And that's really what this is all about. This is a movement, folks. This is something that's revolutionizing everything. And now we have this new platform coming out. All of us have made all this money with version 1.0. Now we have a cell phone, you know, that with this launch is going to come out, and we can actually shoot videos, hit a button, upload it to your blog, and be anywhere in the world and have the mobile lifestyle, which is the lifestyle of freedom. And here's a true story. I haven't owned a cell phone in about 3 years because I was sick and tired of grinding, picking up the phone, calling leads for years, so that when I actually started making money inside the Empower Network, I said I'm not even going to use a phone, period, and I stopped using a cell phone a few years ago. Well, guess what? I just ordered the new Apple iPhone 5, and the reason for that is because now it's a business tool where I can be anywhere in the world. It don't matter if I'm hanging out with Aaron Rashkin in Colorado. It don't matter if I'm hanging out with, you know, Tony Rush in Alabama, or hanging out with Chuck Marshall in Washington, or hanging out with Lawrence Tan in Texas. I can bring a cell phone, folks, and actually just be in the moment. I like to be inspired. I listen to a lot of Empower Hours. I listen to all the great leadership here, from Tracy Walker, you know, to Tony Rush, to John Moroz, to Chuck Marshall, to Aaron Rashkin, to Chris Jones. I get empowered. I get in the moment, and this is how I make my money, folks. I get so inspired that I have to express it. And I use the blog platform as a way to express what's on my mind, because I feel I have a lot to say. You know, growing up introverted, there's a lot of shit I held back growing up. There's a lot of shit I wouldn't say. And now I don't give a shit. I just say what I want to say, and I can make a lot of money doing that and inspire people around the world to be themselves. And I think one of the greatest feelings in the world, folks, is being yourself and expressing oneself truly, right? Being able to do things like for the baby Jedi on the way, where we don't believe in hospitals. We don't believe in forced vaccination. So we said, screw the bullshit. Now that we earn enough money, we can go to a holistic health center where it don't matter if I have insurance, because I think even Obamacare is a bunch of bullshit. I don't care. I'm going to do things my own way, because I believe it's a big deal how a baby comes into this earth. So to be able to do that naturally, right? Natural birth, the way that we want to do it, that we feel is best for our child, put a number on that. You can't put a number on that, right? It's a trick question. It's priceless. I just think about some of the things that are worth living your dreams and hitting the button right below. Some of these things is not being told what you have to eat. Growing up as a vegetarian, I hated meat, right? I hated unhealthy food, but oftentimes it's all that I could afford, you know, and it just drove me crazy. So for this fact alone, to be able to eat what you want, to be able to take your wife or spouse or family to the restaurant that they deserve, is worth doing whatever it takes to be successful. You know, not having to listen to naysayers tell you have to go get a job and that you should quit on your dreams because they quit on theirs. That, my friend, alone is worth following your dreams and making this happen, right? There's so many things. There's so many reasons. Another reason, if I would have quit on my dream, if I would have went to Atlanta and I would have just stuck in my own ego and said, I'm smarter than Tony Rush, I'm smarter than David Wood, I'm smarter, you know, than Chuck Marshall, I'm smarter than David Sharp, and if I would have continued thinking that way, there had been no change. And all the lives that we've helped influence here with Empower Network, none of that would have materialized. But because we made a decision, because we realized we had something special, we're at the right place at the right time. And let me tell you this, if you struggled in your life like my wife and I have struggled in our lives, it's your time, my friend. It's worth it. It's worth doing whatever it takes to get out of that struggle, because once you overcome it, my friends, you get to be a beacon of light and inspiration. You can share that story and inspire other people to get through their struggles. So by you not being your best you, and I'll go back and run it with Aaron Rashkin was saying earlier, and by the way, and Chuck quoted me earlier with an email, I actually swiped 3 of Aaron Rashkin's emails just today. I always swipe his stuff because he's like a dear friend and he thinks like me, and I think he's the most talented copywriter. So, but what I was going to say is be the best you. Get better every day, show improve, because we want to help you become better. Don't compete with the masses, because you know what? Why the hell would you want to, right? I don't want to be nothing like everybody else. I just want to be myself. I just want to live a lifestyle of freedom and inspire others around the world that they can do it. Because the truth of the matter is, they can do it, and you deserve it more than anything. I mean, there's so much reason for you to take massive action right now. Think about where we were when we got started and we were broke and we were struggling, and we had this opportunity, whereas I'm doing this 90-day blitz, and I'm just going to do whatever it takes now so I can live a lifestyle of freedom later. And the success you see today is a result of prior action that we put into the business, into the trenches, because I believe my wife is worth doing whatever it takes to make her happy. I believe that my future baby Jedi is worth doing whatever it takes to make them happy. Heck, I believe it's worth doing whatever it takes to make David Sharp and David Wood happy, because they believed in me. And what kind of man would I be if I let them down, giving so much faith in me? Think about that. So sometimes we got to stop being greedy. Sometimes we just got to, be willing to step outside of ourselves and do something that's going to count for our future generations, and just stop being selfish, folks. If you love your family as much as I love my family, hit the link below. Just get started. Just lock arms, and I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in beautiful, sunny Orlando, Florida. I love you all. I appreciate this. Thank you, David.
Whoop, there it is. Love you too, brother. There it is. There it is, guys. There it is. We got some amazing people here, my friends. Amazing people doing amazing things. Justin's coming literally right up on millionaire club status, but most importantly, out there transforming people's lives, right? And everybody here on this call is in a position that I've witnessed over the last 23 months or so. Have moved literally more people than anything I've ever seen before. That's what makes me proudest. Yes, big product launch is coming. Yes, you have an opportunity unlike anything that I've ever seen before. Yes, I believe more success stories will be created here over the next 23 months that will dwarf anything that we've done here in the previous 23 months. But my friends, I believe the thing that makes this really, really, really something special is that what you see is what you get, right? And we've got all sorts of different people from all sorts of different backgrounds and all sorts of different struggles who have all come together for a common purpose, and that is one purpose and one purpose only, and that's to lift you up and to empower you. My friend, you can do this. You have to make a decision, though. Vic, my man, I got to send it over to you just simply because I don't trust your internet right now. You just sent me a text message and you said you're having some internet issues. And my friend, if you did not share on this Hangout, I would be deeply, deeply, deeply disappointed. My friend, there's really no edification that I can do that would do you any justice right now. I've just simply got mad respect and mad props for you, my brother. And what you've done up until this point, I believe, is very, very, very small compared to what you're going to do here in the future. My friends, if you just made a new decision, and I don't care if you're already in or not, but if you just made a new decision, especially if you're somebody who's just getting started, I want you to leave a comment in the comment box below, and I want you to tell somebody. I want you to preach to somebody. I want you to yell to somebody that I just made a decision. I am worth it, and I'm going to do something big here in the next 30 days with Empower Network. Vic, my brother, mad respect. Over to you, my man.
Can you hear me okay?
You're perfect, man.
All right, awesome. Hey, bro, I just want to say that shout out to you and your partner Dave Wood, man. I appreciate you guys. You're edifying all of us leaders, but it's all because of your vision, and I just gotta give the credit where the credit is due. We wouldn't be able to do what we're doing if it wasn't for your vision. Guys, I'm fired up, man. Dave, I'm stoked, man. I just completed the last video in this segment on the the special video training that I was doing for Empower community. Awesome stuff is coming up. Awesome stuff is coming up. We're perfect timing, folks. I was just it's good when you're able to change your situation around, but it's what's even cooler, man, is when you have people coming behind you, and when your people are seeing $10,000 days, and like people who are like on the brink of divorce. Think about it. This is not just a blogging system. This is not just about this is what really is exciting for me, and really what connects me to Empower is that it's not just about the product. You know, the product is there, obviously. The product needs to be there. The compensation plan needs to be there. But it's about the leadership. It's about the vision of the company. It's about where the company is going. It's about the community that surrounds the products. And this is, you know, I mean, people can sell products. How do you make money online, folks? How do you make money online? Well, you make money online by selling stuff, period. Okay? You either sell a product or service, you know, something. You sell something to make money. Okay? But, you know, people can make money selling all kinds of stuff, right? But it's when you are a part of a bigger vision, when you're a part of something bigger than, and the product just complements what we're doing, right? It's just incredible, man. You know, and guys, you know, if I drop some income claims here, I gotta tell you that obviously we're all adults here. You know, the results are individual, right? So results do vary. But I always say this, you know, I say typical people get typical results, which is almost nothing. You know, typical people, they're just shallow thinkers. That's what typical people do. Is they just look at things on a surface level and they think, well, okay, what is this gonna do for me? You know, can I make an extra $500 selling whatever? Right? A lot of times people don't even care about what they're doing. A lot of times people don't even care about what they're gonna sell. You know, to whom to make a few bucks. You know, here and there. You know, but people who really build dynasties in this industry, and guys, let me just share something with you folks, okay? Now, you know, if you're brand new here, we got a lot of people, and last time I checked before my internet, you know, kicked me out, we had like 5,000 people on the call. So I don't know. There's probably a lot of you know, brand new people. Maybe you're looking at this thing for the first time. You know, maybe like, well, who the heck are you guys, right? Who are you guys? What are you doing here? What's the product? And that's important, obviously, to understand. But here's the thing, folks. If you are here, chances are you have a big vision. Chances are you have a big dream that's inside of you. You know what I mean? And it's not just about making a quick buck, you know, $25 or $100. It's about shifting the direction that your life is going. And I got started in this industry 8 years ago. You know, 7 of them were successful. Now it was 2005, so you do the math, whatever that number comes up to. You know, I think it's about 8 years. I was never good at math, you know, in school. Barely graduated high school, you know, college dropout, folks, and having an opportunity to be able to absolutely provide for my family what they truly deserve, not only for my family, but for, you know, for our parents, for our loved ones, you know, for people that we truly care about, you know, for the church that we go to, you know what I mean? Being able to contribute to the community, that's what it's all about. Being able to shift other people's lives for the better, you know, that's what it's all about. You know, I used to earn 30,000, 20. Actually, I never actually earned 30,000. I think it was like $25,000 a year I was earning. You know, I think the most I've ever made before starting my online ventures was like maybe $27,000 in 1 year. That was like my top, you know, peak year. You know, but folks, being able to go from that position, right, and being able to contribute probably 5 times that amount, right? That's what it's all about. And you know what? I don't care who you are. You know, I don't care. You know, if you think, well, you're just somebody this. You know, if you work for somebody right now and you look at yourself and you're like, well, I'm this $20,000 a year guy. I'm earning $1,400 a month or whatever your deal is, right? You know, I got a team member who went from earning $1,400 a month to $14,000 a month in a matter of about 90 days. All right, that's the kind of transformations that we're talking about, folks. And what are we doing here? You know, we're giving people what they want. Bottom line, you know, we're not trying. Dave, I don't know about you, brother, but I never try to sell people nothing. You know, it's not that people. It's when we try to push, right? People resist. But you know what? When you lead with something, you know, when people look at me, and I was actually on an airplane heading to Miami, hang out with, you know, all of the leaders there, just not that long ago, and I was sitting on a plane, and next to me there was a guy who was a diamond inspector. We got started talking. He looks at this ring right here, right, and he's like, man, what is that for? And I'm like, well, I'm a part of this company, you know, I'm Power Network, and you know, this ring represents $1 million earned in a certain period of time. He's like, how long did it take you? I'm like, 2.5 months. He about to fell out his chair. You know, guy sitting next to me in a first-class cabin in an airplane. So we started talking. He asked me these questions. You know, I'm like, I'm just, doing our thing and helping people make more money. You know, getting people what they want, helping people take their businesses to the next levels and helping people get more exposure through a blogging platform, and he's like, really, you can actually do that? I'm like, oh, that's what I'm doing. And see, I never tried to sell him, and the guy goes all in. He got excited about the opportunity. He got excited about what we do. He got excited for the vision of the company. I don't talk, the product is important, but it's what the product is going to do for that person. Here's the opportunity. I want you to take a look at this and see a big picture, if you would, with me. All right? See a big picture. All right? Imagine people in different niches all around the world, different industries. Real estate. We got brick and mortar type businesses. We got insurance. We got all kinds of different industries out there. People are authors and speakers and and multi-level marketing companies and distributors and all these guys, right? How would you like to have an opportunity to be able to talk to them, right, with a perspective of saying, hey, you're an author, right? You want to get more exposure for your books. You want to get more business. You want to get more books. You want to, you have a consulting, a firm or whatever, right? You want to get more, clients for your firm. You're a CPA. You're a lawyer. You're a doctor. You want to get more exposure for your business. This little blogging platform that you can blog from your phone it can actually take your business to the next level. It's going to get you more of what you want. Folks, people don't care about the actual thing, but you know what? It just so happens that the actual thing, right, is unlike anything else they have ever seen in their lifetime. And people are going to be jumping on this thing like it's like giving candies, not even selling, it's like giving candies to kids, folks. And if you understand anything about, positioning and the power of being at the right place at the right time, this is it. My perspective, what really fires me up, Dave, is not, income is great. I know income is going to be there always. It's a byproduct of what we do. It's a byproduct of the vision of what we really want to do in this industry and for the world, really. But what really fires me up, man, is seeing people who are on our teams right now and teaching those people how to take this out to the world and having those people elevate their incomes. And you know what, folks? People say money doesn't buy happiness. You know what? Neither does poverty. So let's just detach from that thinking. Whether you're going to be happy or not has nothing to do with how much money you have or not. But here's the thing. Here's what I can promise you. If we can figure out, right, if we can help you how to get more of that green stuff, that green paper stuff, right, how to get more of that money stuff, I think you can figure out how to be happier, right? Maybe not 100%, but you could probably figure out how to be a little bit happier, right? Christmas is coming up, and I think, who was it? Tony Rush, I think he was talking about, hey, being able to buy good presents, right? The amount of income you're going to earn is going to be directly proportional to how excited you're going to be about that which you have and why do you want to do what you want to do. Okay? This is your income is going to be directly proportional to that. So when I look at something like Empower, and by the way, folks, I'm not dabbling into anything else. I'm an internet marketer. I'm an independent. People say, well, how come there's always same guys on the Hangout, folks? We don't have room for more people. We have only 10 spots here on this panel, right? But what fires me up, man, is people who have never ever made money. They are building their businesses. They are changing lives. Relationships comes together because we help them take care of that financial situation. So, if you're watching this and you're like, what is this? Folks, I hope that you are able to hear between the lines what these leaders are saying, and I just heard Justin Varengia, he was on fire there for the last few minutes. Couple minutes I heard his talk before I got on. Chris was talking, Chuck was talking, Aaron, Tony, Lawrence. If you can just pick up to what's going on between the lines, folks, all right? If you the way I see this is, it's a group of visionaries who are going somewhere, and people want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. Always. It's this business can be a little bit lonely. If you are promoting whatever you're promoting right now, right, trying to build your business, chances are you probably are by yourself, right, grinding, working, you're trying to make this happen. My mentor, the guy who I was learning from, when I got started in this industry, he was, he said this to me. He said, Vic, the fastest way for you to, improve your financial situation, the fastest way for you to succeed is get around people who are way, way, way more successful than you are, and model them. Study from them and model them. Okay. Now, when I look at what's going on here at Empower, the reason I'm with Empower is because of the leadership. Right? The product is awesome. The compensation plan is the best one out there, but it's the leadership and it's the vision and visionaries that's head of the company. That's why I'm here, right? And how we have such a good following here, and people, so many people come and they're united here. Why? Because of what's going on at the head of the company, right? If the head of the company is screwed on right, the rest of the company is going to be, everything else is going to fall in place, right? So, I have and last Hangout, guys, I shared this with you guys in the last Hangout. I met with a guy who was, he was a big shot. He was a huge shot, big shot in one of the multi-level marketing companies, gigantic to say the least. Tens of millions of distributors in that company. And he said, Vic, for someone to make $10,000 per month, there has to be 150,000 people. So in other words, out of 150,000 people, only one person makes 10,000 plus per month. I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. It sounds, it's like, come on, it's got to be a little better than that. He's like, no, that's it. 150,000 people takes 150,000 people for somebody to make 10,000 per month. Okay, so if what's going to happen here coming up when Empower 2.0 launches is there's going to be a huge, massive tsunami-like wave that's going to just hit the entire internet, folks. It's going to affect affiliate marketers. It's going to affect business people. It's going to affect all the multi-level marketing guys. It's going to affect everybody. Everybody's going to see it. All right, and I promise you, all right, the way that this is positioned, right, the way that what it's going to do with this blogging platform. And I love the idea that Dave, you said you guys are working on a 3.0 already. Man, it's just awesome. You know what? Everybody will want to jump in on the product, okay? On the product. And what I love about Empower Network is that this is not another just get in to make money kind of deal. The opportunity is there, but you know what? It's leading with a product with an angle of, hey, whatever you're doing out there, this is going to help you. But because there's a strategy behind the whole product, the whole product suite of Empower Network, you know what? First product is an entry blogging platform. Okay, everybody will need that. It's more exposure. Doesn't matter if somebody's selling flowers or real estate guys, or somebody selling diapers, or somebody whatever, right? If they can get more exposure, they want this. They need this. And we don't have to sell them on getting more exposure to their business. They already know it, right? People don't wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning thinking, well, what kind of tool do I need, right, to help me get my business to the next level? People wake up in the morning, or 3 o'clock at night, thinking, how can I get more business to my business? How can I get more sales to my practice? How can I get more clients? How can I get more customers, right? And if you can talk to them from that perspective, it's going to be a sale every time. Dave, I think your conversion rates, man, are going to be, probably over 50-60% is what I predict, with the right positioning, with the right angle. But what's really cool about this, folks, I want you to think with me as an entrepreneur right now. Don't think about this as a customer, right? I want you to put your entrepreneur hat on for a minute, and I want you to think the possibility. Blogging platform is $25 a month. Okay, if you haven't made a decision to get in right now yet, you got to be crazy. I'm just gonna tell you like it is. I tell people like it is. I don't tell them what they need, what they want to hear. I tell them like it is. The best decision you can make right now is get in. It's $25. People spend more than that standing at the checkout counter at a grocery store. So it's not money is not an issue. Money is not a deciding factor here. It's not. Okay. But see, what's cool is that blogging platform is going to help those people take their stuff to the next level, okay, if they want to be a customer. Then there is additional products that complement this whole blogging platform thing. See, this is genius, Dave, from you and your partner, man. This is so awesome. It's because every single product, it complements that first, initial product, that flagship product, okay? You say, people say, Vic, how come that so many people are making so much money in Empower with this $25 blogging platform, right? Well, it's a blogging platform, but it's additional products that complement it, and a lot of people, right? A lot of people purchase additional products, and if you decide to become an affiliate, right, you can build yourself, my friend, a gigantic business by positioning your business like that, right? You lead with a product, all these other products are complementing that, and people are buying it. My friend, if if you're here and if you have something that you want to either, maybe you want to give your family a better life, right? Maybe like I did 8 years ago. The reason I started online is because I wanted to be the best father for my kids. We have kids someday, and we have 4 right now, waiting for our 5th one. Come, end of this next month and beginning of November is when she is due. If you want to, maybe you're someone who just wants to finally become free, right? Once, maybe in a long time in your life. Maybe you just want somebody who, maybe you have this desire to be able to just, not have to worry about nothing. All right, folks, the best thing you can do right now is position yourself right here. You don't have to do it, right? I'm not trying to convince you here. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. It's going to be with or without you, right? I know where I want to be. I'm not dabbling into anything else. I can be doing all kinds of stuff out there. I'm a marketer, right? I'm an independent marketer, just like you are. My stake is right here, is Empowered Network, and my multiple streams of income. People say, Vic, don't you believe in that multiple streams of income thing? Don't you need to have money coming in from different directions, right? Well, my multiple streams of income is I want to have, my team members. I want to get them to 20,000, 30, 40, 100,000 per month. I want to replicate myself in what I'm doing here, right? Because this is just the beginning. Guys, let me give you a perspective and kind of give you a big picture of what's possible here when you get to work, right? When you decide to run with us, when you decide to listen and say, I'm going to put my ego on the side. I don't care what I know or don't know. I'm going to learn from these guys who are doing it, because if they're getting the result that I want, maybe, just maybe, they know something that I don't know yet, right? This is how I got started. I said, my mentor was earning $200,000 a month. I said, look, man, I don't care whatever I need to do. If you tell me to make phone calls standing on 1 foot, I'm going to do that because I want to have the result that you have. I put my ego aside. I'm saying I'm going to be completely, dedicated to achieving my goal. And my goal was to earn $20,000 a month. That was like my, dream come true. I would be like on cloud 9. Folks, I would never have imagined that I could earn almost $3 million right now ever since starting Empower Network 9 months ago. 9 months, guys. My results are not typical. Gotta tell you that. Absolutely not. They're not average. All right. And I cannot guarantee you're gonna do the same thing. You may do more. All right, you may do less, but this is just my results. But you know what? This goes to show you what's possible here. And I'm not anybody special, guys. I have not graduated from college. I barely graduated from high school, right? I don't have any diplomas. But you know what I have is I have a desire. I have a burning passion to provide the best stuff for my family. I want to be the best husband for my wife. I want to be the best, the best father for my kids. And I want to be the best mentor for my team. That's what I want to be. You know what I mean? And so if you made a decision today that, maybe these guys are, maybe you resonate with some of these people. Maybe you resonated with Lawrence Tam, right? Maybe you resonated with, Aaron Rashkin or Tony Rush or Tracy Walker or myself or Dave Wood or Dave Sharp, right? If you have that feeling inside of you that maybe this is the right place for you, listen to that feeling. I can be here talking to you all night about this opportunity because it not only did it shift my life, right, and I was doing okay, before I even got to Empower Network. But man, it's just so awesome to see that your team members are making it. Now, we're finally able to duplicate our success here. And it's one thing when you're making money, but it's a whole different thing. And so much more fun when your team members are making money and you're able to replicate that with others. And just the thought that we're just getting started and what's about to happen here with the ENV2, right, folks, make a decision, get in right now. That's going to be the best decision you can make for your family, for yourself. It's only $25, man. Money should not be an issue. The only question is this: is how bad do you want it? Do you want to change? You know, if you have been here for, you know, for the last couple hours here, you're still here, you know, you probably are looking for a change. And guys, I think I'm going to leave you with this. I think if you can't make it here, I think you should just work for somebody else, because I don't think you will be able to make it anywhere else. It's just that simple. Dave, I appreciate you, man. I know we have, you know, a few more people here, but thanks for the opportunity, man. It's very, it just it's hard to put in words. You just have to experience it. You know, it's a feeling that you get. You know, when you are part of something bigger. It's when your team member sends you messages saying, "Hey, man, I just had my $10,000 day." You know, another team member saying, "Hey, man, I just made $8,000 in a day." I could never have imagined, you know, that kind of success. Tons of people making a lot of money, folks, and it's about to get better because we are just getting started. Fired up, brother. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome, brother, and thank you more than anything, man. I just like I said before, this company would not be what it is, who it is, if it wasn't for people like you, man, coming in. Congratulations again for coming in and just slapping just the face off of the #1 spot here. You deserve it, brother, and I really am honored to have you guys here. You, Vic, I mean, it's just an honor to have you here, man. As you were talking, Vic, you know, you were talking about your wife, and I thought to myself, how rude am I not to put a lady first? And I have literally sat here and made one of my absolute favorite, yet at the same time, one of the women who I respect the most in the world. And I'm serious when I say this, guys. Ladies on the call, men on the call. It is time to... If the dog is barking, listen, you don't have to kill him, but put a pillow over him for a few minutes. Because I'm telling you something, I have been watching Tracy Walker now for a very long time. And John Morose, I am saving the best for last, my brother. I just wanted to kind of, it's kind of like ice in the pitcher a little bit. John Morose is somebody who has made just an astronomical amount of money. Did not want to speak on stage, and now he's breaking through that. As a matter of fact, he's been on this Hangout here all night. You guys are both on the East Coast. I love you. Listen, I just feel rude and just crazy for not putting this woman first. But here's what I can tell you about Tracy Walker, is that she does not need any handouts, my friends. She does not need any handouts. This is a woman who you need to listen to, you should be listening to, and she's probably going to say something here tonight that's going to change the way that you think. And I'm not going to tell you to get in right now. I'm going to tell you to get in after she speaks, because you'll want to more after she talks. So with that being said, first woman in the Millionaires Club, no fronts, but coming very soon. Over to you.
Oh, Dave, thank you so much. You know, it's good. It's cool. I love my brothers here. It's almost like being the little sister with all brothers, and you just watch them fight and play and do all that stuff, and then every now and again you'll get a little upset and you might push one of them, right? And then it's like, oh, I'm sorry, right? So it's always a pleasure to be amongst all of my brothers here in Empower Network in terms of the leadership, and I know we have many other sisters out there as well. But it's a privilege, just like all of the other leaders have stated previously. And I have actually been taking some notes, typing some out, and just making sure that as each leader was speaking, you know, things that I wanted to highlight in reference to that. And it isn't everyone, so to speak, but let me just kind of start with this. You know, I was watching an old video of Robert Kiyosaki on Oprah. This was like back when Rich Dad Poor Dad was first coming out. And he was on there talking literally about having a home-based business and learning the concept of paying yourself first. And there was a gentleman in the audience, in Oprah's audience, who was just, his brain just would not allow him to accept the idea that in order to free yourself from financial bondage, you have to start paying yourself first. His whole thing was, how do I pay myself first when I have all of the bill collectors calling me and all the people that I owe and and everything, all the debt collectors, they're all pounding my phone every day. How do I take something that I don't have, and if I had it, I would pay them, but instead, how do I pay myself? And the simple response that Robert Kiyosaki gave was, yeah, that's just it. You got to learn to pay yourself first, right? And no matter how trivial things may seem, sometimes the answer is still just the answer, no matter how much complexity you try to throw into it. Vick talked about, listen, this is going to happen with or without you. And no matter what you try to throw in it, no matter what type of ingredients you try to put in it, well, what if this? Well, what if that? Well, how come this? How come that? I don't understand this. I don't understand that. At the end of the day, the train is still pulling out of the station. And trust me, you will have a much better chance of figuring out all of the answers to the what ifs on the train with the people who are on the train with you, as opposed to standing on the side at the station watching the train go by and then heeing and hawing with all of the people who made the same decision as you to not move forward, and now all everyone can do is speculate. And so just very, very simply, what you must do is understand how important being able to share your content is with the world on a platform like ENV2 is, and how it can literally revolutionize your business. And I'm talking about from terms of, I'm thinking about, I'm always on my phone, not because I'm talking on the phone, but I'm always checking social media stuff. I'm always doing Facebook stuff. I'm always on Instagram and always on all these other things. And I'm thinking, most of the world that has access to phones, mobile phones, they're just like me. All of our heads, when we're walking down the street, they're down, right? Or we're walking into the grocery store, they're down. You're walking into a parking lot, your head is down, not because you have poor self-esteem, but because you're looking at your phone. And if you understand how powerful it can be to have your message in front of someone's face when they are looking at their phone on a consistent basis, providing them with value, with ideas, with tips, with all types of things that are of benefit to them in their life, you have now put yourself in a position to actually generate a large income. And I'm not even talking about from Empower Network. I'm just talking about, if you have a real estate business, we talk a lot about real estate, but I have a real estate background. I'm not just throwing that out there. I was a real estate investor, and I know how important it was for me to get my homes that I had just negotiated short sales on and had at a $30,000 discount, how important it was to get those properties out onto the marketplace in front of realtors, in front of buyers, in front of investors, in front of people who could actually use what I have based on their specifications as quickly as possible, because people who actually had money to buy properties bought properties quite often, and it all boiled down to how quickly could you get the ideal property in front of their face at the right price with the right turnaround time for them to be able to get in and get out. And the timing of business is extremely critical. So if you have anything that you are marketing, anything that you are selling, you being able to be right on the forefront in front of your potential customer, a person that can deliver a referral or word of mouth or anything like that, can really jumpstart everything that you have going in terms of you wanting more revenue, wanting more customers, and wanting more clients. Now, we've been talking a lot, and I can't remember exactly who said this, but we talked a little bit about being in the right place at the right time. Several of my brothers may have said that, but I was actually looking at an Instagram post earlier today. I think it was Stormy that posted it, and it was in a book. I don't know what the book was that she was reading, but she took a picture of the book, and she highlighted some things, and it said, you can be at the right place, and you can be at that place at the right time. But if you're not the right person at the right place at the right time, then you won't even recognize the opportunity when it's in front of your face. And I just want to ask you, those of you that are paying attention this evening, you've heard us talk about being in the right time at the right place, but the real question is, are you the right person? Are you the right person to see something that glitters even before the rest of the world can see it? Are you the person that actually can have like an X-ray vision on something and say, you know what, I can see beyond just the surface. I can look deeper into what this is producing, and I know that I can actually create a way, an opportunity for me to create something great with this. That that vision, that ability to have that vision is what our billionaires in this country as well as this world have mastered. Being able to take something that doesn't even exist yet and seeing it in its full force and then moving forward as if it is just as it is in their head and pushing it into existence and then influencing others around them who believe in them, their vision, to share the exact same vision and then spreading that out through the masses. And if you haven't recognized yet, that's exactly what Dave and Dave have done. They had something that had not existed yet. They created a vision for it. They shared this vision with several people here on this panel. Some of us may have come sooner than others, later than others. It doesn't matter. At some point, the vision was taken on by many of these awesome minds, and then together, collectively, as well as a host of other leaders who are on this Hangout, collectively we have been able to influence others to see the beauty of the powerful vision of helping get the word out about business, about blogging, about content, about your missions, about your passions, about your hobbies, about your kids, about, you know, the different diseases that you actually have a passion for one reason or another. You know, my mom passed away from lung cancer, and, you know, I'm just a person that doesn't choose to write about it, but I tell you what, whenever I see someone that has written a post about cancer or about what they would have done differently, I'm always stopping, I'm always looking, I'm always reviewing, because sometimes I do think, like, dang, what if I actually had the resources then that I have now? Maybe, you know, I'm trying not to go back, trying not to change the past, but what if I actually had the resources to put her into a treatment facility where the only options were not chemotherapy, radiation, or surgery? What if I had the resources and the capital to be able to do that? How would my life have been different had I known? And reading some of these things at times gives me an opportunity to reach out to the creators of that content and speak to them and just say, hey, you know, I completely understand where you're coming from. I know what the bills are like. I know what it's like there. What if you had an opportunity to release some of the tension in your family, if you could create some additional income? I mean, that is a serious thing for me. And so I don't want people to think that you always have to be selling Empower Network. You don't necessarily have to be selling Empower Network, but for another person who has an interest in sharing cures about cancer or this or that, them having this blogging platform, it's near and dear to their heart. To be able to get the word out about different treatments, about different solutions, is imperative. And that's not the only thing that it can do. I'm just sharing with you a personal thing that I have going on that has zero to do with whether I make any money from Empower Network or not. It's just something I always wondered, well, what if I would have had more resources to possibly put my mom somewhere else? And so you've got to be the right person. You've got to be the person that's ready to accept change. You've got to be the person that's ready to take things to new levels. You've got to be the person that's willing to do it even if other people are naysayers, even if other people have shallow vision, even if other people actually think what you're doing is stupid. You know, I can't tell you how many people I get with, I'm going to call it hate mail, who inbox me, who cuss me out on Facebook, who say retarded, goofy things on Instagram because they don't agree with what I'm doing. They challenge my ideas, they challenge my thoughts, they challenge my perspectives and viewpoints, they challenge my choice of a career, they challenge it all. But you know what? If you're not pissing somebody off, you're not doing something right. That's right, and that's just the way I believe. If you're not pissing somebody off, you're not doing it right. And I embrace people who have varying opinions in what we do. It's all good. I don't knock what they do. I just choose not to do it. Diversity is what makes the world go around. I used to say something on a couple calls earlier this year, I believe, and say, you know, there was everyone says, you know, there's a song actually goes, you know, living together in harmony. I think it was Stevie Wonder and somebody, but living in harmony, right? And you have to think about, what is harmony? It's not melody, right? Melody is everybody is singing the same tune, the same note, the same length of time. Harmony would be people singing different notes, but they all sound well together. right? And I look at this leadership here, and I look at the community that we have in Empower Network, and it's literally a harmonious environment where we may all come from different backgrounds. We all have different perspectives. We all have different areas in life that we excel in, and some are greater than others in certain places and not as good in others. Some of us have, we're born with a lot of money. Some of us are born with no money. Some of us went to school. Some of us didn't get a degree. Like Vick said, he didn't have a degree or diploma, but he has a desire, right? Of the 3 Ds, he's got the most important one. Right? And so you just have to really consider being in harmony with a group of people who are destined, literally, I believe as that 4th D, destined for greatness and destined truly by our own spirits and our own hearts to influence as many people as we can to see the power of something that has never ever existed on the planet before. And here's a prime example. I was looking at the news today, and President Obama was on the news, and he was talking about, what would happen if Congress didn't make a decision, and how there could be some possible government shutdowns. And I said, I remember people saying to me, not even that far long ago, well, I have working for the government. It's a pretty secure job. Compared to anything else, working for the government is pretty secure. And I'm thinking, the man, that president just said, if this were to happen, we would shut down the Statue of Liberty immediately. We would shut down Yosemite National Park immediately. We would shut down all of these great places people go to tour. We would shut down all of our veterans that have been waiting for help or care or whatever, would essentially have no one in the VA to staff so that they can go and get help, unfortunately. All of the people who are waiting for or who are government employees right now literally would have a slow down rate at which their paychecks will come. The entire country would come to a screeching halt if there were to be a government shutdown. And I said, I wonder what life would be like for those government employees if they had in their back pocket a secret key. A secret key that opened a door of opportunity that no one else knew about but them, and that they carried no fear, they carried no anxiety about what the president was going to decide or what Congress was going to do, whether they agreed with the Senate and all of that external stuff. What if those people had a secret key that literally opened the door of opportunity where they could control, more so than not, what happened in their future after the day of shutdown, if there were going to be a shutdown? And I could only pray. I put it on Instagram. I said, there's nothing else I can really do but pray, because there are so many people like us here and like so many people in our community that are literally preaching the word about how you can pay yourself first, preaching the word about how you can build your own business. Robert Kiyosaki was on Oprah years and years and years ago talking about the tax benefits of having a business. Even if you have nothing else, if you don't even understand it, just the tax benefits and how you can remove yourself from that vicious slavery type of model and put yourself in a more freedom-based model, even from ignorance, but that even still is better than being where most people are right now. And Empower Network has literally helped to empower me as well as others to no longer have that type of anxiety over what's going to happen out there. I'm perfectly secure in what's happening in my internal and my personal economy. Does it matter a little bit? Should I be concerned or aware of what's going on out there? Of course, you want to know what's going on in the neighborhood. But at the end of the day, if I never left my house, right, except to go get food from the grocery store or something like that, literally, we could be building an empire right here from my phone, as long as I paid my cell phone bill, right, and my internet and data. If they cut off my computer, if I crash my computer, if anything happened, I literally could build an entire business from this little device that can fit in my pocket when I go to the park. And I don't know if you guys understand the power of that yet. Maybe right now you're still in the grind of getting in your car in the morning, going to work, and you don't even see how that's possible because you're kind of equating the amount of money that you make now with trading the time that you're giving for it. But I'm telling you, if you could just shift out of that for a second and realize that you can't make more money by working harder, and that's proven because I think Lawrence said there was a guy earlier that emailed him and talked about he had 3 jobs, right? I mean, 3 jobs, and what is it like better for you right now at 3 jobs? It can't be, because the more jobs you go to, the less time you have, and the less time you have, the more time you wish you had with your family if you have a family. And at the end of the day, the tax that are being taken out of those 3 jobs really isn't accumulating the additional money, disposable income that you thought you would have when you acquired those jobs in the first place. You are literally chasing your tail around in a circle until you spin it out of control into burnout, and then and only then is when most people are ready to take a look at something like Empower Network. And I pray and challenge everybody. So don't wait until you are literally on your last leg. Don't wait until you have no food in the refrigerator. Don't wait until you have no money in your bank account and you have no other options. You don't have any type of way to get a computer cut on. You don't have any money for your cell phone bill to be able to run a mobile business. You don't have anything left in your vitality bank to allow you to succeed and excel. Don't do that to yourself. You have to prepare. As Tony said earlier, you want to start preparing now for Christmas, right? If we're going to talk about a particular point in time, you want to start preparing now for Christmas. But what I think is so even more important is preparing now for the beginning of next year. I mean, Christmas is a point in time. Christmas is a day. Christmas is a holiday season. Christmas is something that happens every single year. But at the end of the day, what happened at the beginning of 2014 has everything to do with what you start doing now, laying the foundation so that your family can be set for the following Christmas, for the following Christmas after that, for 20 more years from now Christmas, never having to worry about walking to a Walgreens or CVS looking for something quick that you can wrap up for your kids. You don't want to wait until the last minute. I think that's my message tonight. Like, just don't wait till the last minute. Don't wait till the last minute to realize what the blog beast can do for you and your business. Don't wait till the last minute to know what Empower Network can do for you and help you financially and personal development wise and spiritually and mentally and emotionally. Don't wait to the last minute to prepare for Christmas. Don't wait to the last minute to start putting everything in alignment so that you can live your life without much stress. I mean, Dee and Justin are getting ready to have a baby, the baby Jedi. They can't wait to the last minute to figure out where the baby's going to go, right? Or where the baby's going to sleep, or what the baby's going to eat. Could you imagine what life would be like if they waited until the baby was born, boom, and then had the novel idea, well, wait a minute, where's the baby going to sleep? Well, what are we going to feed the baby with? It would be ridiculous for them to do that, and we don't even expect them to do that. Likewise, I don't expect any of you with sane mind, sane heart, able-bodied men and women to wait until the train leaves the station before you realize that it's time to do something different. Now, before I close out, I just wanted to say that I've never been part of a product launch before, just like Chuck, in terms of being a part of the leadership in the company and contributing to the launch. I've been in companies where I knew a launch was happening and I was working to promote the product or the service or whatever it was, and to build my team and to rally up the people in my organization so that we can make sales at a lump sum very, very fast, like a hard collision. But I've never been in a launch where, number one, I've been so connected to the people that's part of the launch right along with me, and number two, where I truly believe in my heart that to launch something that's as useful as this it is more important than anything else. We all have different missions in life, and we all have different routes in which we're going to get to where we're getting to. But to be all right here at this exact moment in time, being able to release into the marketplace ENV2, Blog Beast, and literally changing the way business is done. The diamond inspector that Vick's on the airplane with, for a person to be able to understand that this little simple thing that we have can actually help them make more sales, or become more of a renowned expert in something, or be the go-to guy or gal for something. Guys, you have no idea what being that bridge can be like for you in your life. And for once in your life, you have a chance to be that bridge. For once, you have a chance to open up your mouth and share something that is for the greater good of people. It's not about an opportunity to me. I mean, it is in a extent because I am an affiliate here. But at the end of the day, it's not about literally how much money I can make only. Right? I mean, this is a job, right? In a sense, it's a career. So I do want to earn income. I've got to pay my bills just like everybody else. But how much better I feel that I can do what I want to do in my life by supplying things that are of benefit and use and of greater good to others, knowing that they create happy customers, knowing that they're going to create repeat buyers, knowing that it's going to create smiles on people's faces and good word of mouth referrals and a major expansion across the globe because of something that we're doing. You know, it makes me feel good to be able to make as many sales as I possibly can for this awesome tool. And I know I said that was going to be the last thing I said, but something else just came to my mind. And I've been holding a lot of this stuff in because my brothers do me so bad sometimes. They make me wait so long. I have to have to contain it all, have to keep all my notes together. But you know, I watch reality shows, right? Not a lot of them, but just a few of them. One of my favorites, and hey, don't judge me, one of my favorite shows is Basketball Wives, right? And let me tell you why I like Basketball Wives. I like Basketball Wives, and you know, I look past the drama at times. I look past, you know, the fussing, the bickering, the cattiness with the women, things like that. But here's what I have noticed on that show, as well as many other shows, The Real Housewives of Atlanta, and quite a few others. Most of those women on those shows, outside of the camera's eye, they are creating products. They have cosmetics lines. They have apparel lines. They are creating lip gloss. They're doing charities. They're doing all of these different things behind the scenes. And sometimes the show may capture a bit and piece of it, and so it exposes it to the world. But some of these women I actually follow on Instagram, and I literally watch how they market and promote the things that they have. And trust me, they're not promoting that much the television show that they're on. They're mainly promoting the things that they have for sale, the shoes that they're selling, the new shoe line they have, or the clothes that they have. They are promoting, and they are relentless. They are relentless at the specials that they offer. They are relentless at using social media to get the word out. They are relentless on customer service and shipping out product and getting feedback, posting up pictures of happy customers who are in the items that they are wearing. They are relentless about promoting events. Maybe they're speaking or appearing at a club or hosting a party or whatever it is in that lifestyle that they're doing. They are relentless at promoting it and exposing it and making sure that all of the followers that they gained from the mass television are now being funneled into their personal items that they market and sell for themselves. And I just thought, you know, so many people bash what's happening on these reality shows and these women, and, you know, to each his own. But from a business perspective, I'm watching these ladies and I'm thinking, what if we had less people bad-mouthing what they were doing and instead modeling what they were doing? Not the bad behavior, not the entertainment behavior, not the throwing glasses and fighting each other, but the modeling the behavior of the entrepreneur-ism in the majority of those women. What if you watching this right now actually decided that you were going to open your mouth and promote something for a change as opposed to being scared? What would happen for you and your business if you did that? What would happen if you created a banner or took any of the banners inside of our affiliate tools and actually posted them, for change? What if you actually shared it? What if you wrote a blog post about what's coming? What if you actually tweeted a message, just like all of those celebrity people do on TV? What if you actually were walking down the street and instead of the paparazzi taking your picture, you took your own selfie picture and posted it and had a nice little caption there promoting your own celebrity within yourself about how what you have is just as viable to the world to take advantage of as what these ladies and gentlemen have. So I'm just going to encourage you to become a promoter, to become a businesswoman, to become a businessman, to be one with dignity, to be one with integrity, to be one that has excitement about things that are coming up, to be one that's not afraid to share what is helpful to other people, to be one who is excited and thrilled to be amongst the ranks of other people who are just like you, to be on the cutting edge of ideas, to be on the flourishing aspect of the rainbow, to always be the person that is exploring new ideas on look, I'm reading a book right now. Here, matter of fact, it's right here, and I'm gonna close it out for real. It's called Fred, New Ideas on How to Keep Delivering Extraordinary Results, right? How to keep delivering extraordinary results. And I want you guys to understand that things that Vick does, those are extraordinary results, right? Things that Justin does, and Tam, and John, and Chuck, and Aaron, as well as Chris, all those, and Tony, even though he's jumped off, these are extraordinary results. And I want you to understand that there is a method to that madness. And it starts with, A, the desire that Vick talked about. You have to have the excitement about it. You have to have the belief that it can help you as well as others. And you have to get out there and tell people about what we have. This, at the end of the day, is a launch. It is a launch. I promise you, I am not up at 11:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time sitting on my couch with two stepkids up there in the bed asleep just to waste my time. I'm here because we are excited and we are launching something. We are bringing something to the marketplace, just as Best Buy would market something and bring it to the marketplace, just as Dave Sharp talked about Apple bringing the iPad to the marketplace, just as the iPhone 5S coming to the marketplace, just as any new big idea that has manifested itself in physical form, when the people behind the idea and the actual salespeople around them, the influencers around them, have actually moving this thing into the marketplace, you want to be on the front cutting edge of that. And so, Dave, I'm just so super tired. I'm excited, but Jesus Christ, I didn't get hot from just sharing that information in there. And you know, I just really hope more than anything else that people get it. You know, I'm working every day to help people have mind shifts, right? To have paradigm shifts, that they just get it. Because unless you are the right person, as that quote said that Stormy had on there, unless you're the right person, you are going to miss it, even being in the right place, even being at the right time. And so I believe this is the right place and the right time. And just ask yourself, are you the right person? And if you are, make sure you get your hands on the blog beast, get grandfathered in, click on that link right underneath this video, get in, get a chance to see how things are going to be moving and shaking. Participate in the launch with us, be a voice, help us get the word out, and help us to change so many more lives. We've helped change a lot of lives, including my own. I know the people on this panel significantly, as well as our personal team members, but we've got so many more lives to change. We have so much more work to do, and the more messengers of good news that we have, trust me, the more we'll be able to make an impact globally. So Dave, I'm going to zip my lip and throw the key away and turn it back to you.
Oh, I'm just over here promoting as usual, you know. It's kind of all I ever do. I was actually just taking a picture of you talking, posting it to my Instagram, and then dropping that bad boy on that dirty old Facebook. Hey, John Moroz, listen, this is all I'm going to say, okay? First and foremost, those of you who, you know, just heard Tracy Walker speak, I mean, you want to join when Vick speaks. I mean, you do. Just Vick starts talking and people just start kind of buying and moving and being inspired, and, you know, they just instantly, people, honestly, Vick just starts talking and people just start making money around him. It's unlike anything I've ever seen before. Tracy Walker starts speaking and credit cards literally start levitating out of people's pockets. I have never seen anything like it in my entire life. John Moroz starts speaking, and let me tell you something. The sky parts, okay? bushes start to burn, you know, all around. No, I'm just playing. John, I wanted to tell you, man, you know, listen, you know, there's no way that somebody's got to be last. You know what I'm saying? I mean, somebody's got to be last. And this time, of course, you're also on the East Coast with me. It's you, brother. But let me tell you something. John called me back when we were like going through some struggles when we first started, and he said, Dave. And John, I'll let you. You can tell this story if you want. I'll never forget it though. You said, Dave, and I can't remember exactly what you said, but you said, Dave, are you sure that this thing is really going to make it? And I said, John, I don't have a crystal ball to predict the future, but I can tell you that we ain't going to stop fighting. Yeah. And here we are, my brother. 20 months later, 22 months later, you're still here. We're still here. You're doing bigger things than ever. You've been doing this for a long time. I've gotten nothing but respect for you, man. You've made millions of dollars on the internet. You know what you're doing here. And I got to tell you, man, it's been a pleasure to see you grow, and it's been a pleasure to have you locking arms with us, man. You're very close to millionaire status here as well, dude. You're just kind of like the quiet storm. Yeah. But you don't want to get in front of the wrath of John Rose. Over to you, brother. Take us home, man.
Thank you, man. And you know, I always say I'm humbled to be here. Oh, can you hear me, by the way? Can you hear me okay?
You're perfect, brother.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm actually coming to I just moved into a brand new warehouse. I bought like a office building, and it's kind of funny. Everybody around me has like car dealerships and multi-million-dollar businesses in the same complex, and we're all kind of close here, or whatever. But they've come over to me a couple times, and they ask me, what am I doing? And I say, you know, I just do this little internet thing, and I'm the only one that kind of works alone in my own little office here, and it's really cool because I've been able to buy this office complex, I guess you could say, with money that I've earned from Empower Network. So I got to say thank you for that. And you know, I've always had faith in this company, even from the beginning. I've really just saw your vision, saw Dave Sharp's vision, Dave, your vision, Dave Wood's vision, and we ran with it. And I got to say, I mean, I'm just humbled to be here. The lineup on this call is just unbelievable. These are the people that I learned from when I got started online, which is only a short 4 years ago. And what's even more exciting is that I know here within this company there are literally hundreds of people that should be on this call as well. I mean, we've got an unbelievable lineup here, but there are just so many leaders in this company, and there's just something that's attracting them to Empower Network. So obviously, what Empower Network is doing is they're doing something right. So it's just unbelievable. I guess to share a couple things, I mean, just hearing everybody here has kind of brought back memories from where I got my start, and a couple people know that I kind of got started in the nightclub world. I was a DJ and promoter, and I was doing okay, but I was living, I think Justin was talking about this earlier, paycheck to paycheck. I was, I had a job, but just over broke. And something, got to me. I just had to get out there to a couple of my friends and kind of get the word out there that I was looking for something that was something different to get me out of the monotony of just being over broke. And that's when I learned about this industry, not Empower Network at the time. It was only about 4 years ago. But I was on a call just like you might be here if you're new to the industry. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're an affiliate of Empower Network. But I remember being on a call like this. At the time, we didn't have Hangouts. We were on the phone. And, I could have asked myself, do I want to continue on doing what I'm doing? I was working for some very shady people in a nightclub. I was happy playing music. I was doing okay, just enough to get by. But listening to the people on the call and seeing and hearing their success, I had to ask myself, is this something that I want to venture into? And it was that day that I decided to make a decision to get started into an opportunity 4 years ago, and just to look back in that short amount of time to be able to be on a lineup like today with these amazing leaders is just unbelievable. But when I got started, I had to make a decision, and that decision was either I'm going to stay comfortable and continue to go on with monotony of life, or I'm going to get disturbed and try to make a change not only in my life but the lives of others. And we've all kind of talked about Apple. I think Steve Jobs, one of the quotes that he says was, "You have to have a right that you want to wrong," or I'm sorry, a wrong that you want to right. And that's kind of where I got my start. And as soon as I got started in an opportunity, I didn't have any money to be spending on advertising or anything like that. So what did I do? I learned how to build a website, and that took me about 6 months to get started in building a website. But I finally did, and that ended up being a blog where I was able to learn from other people, like you see here on this call today, and then be able to share that content with other people. And from there, it literally, I blogged my way to success, and it was the hard way. So here now, with Empower Network, what you have at your fingertips, I mean, just this viral blogging platform that you don't have to worry about all the hosting and all the technical stuff. You can literally just press one button and start sharing your content with the world. Learn from the people that are here sharing this content with you, and be able to get your message out. And that's kind of where I went from, and what you have the capability to do today. I know it's possible. Again, just 4 years ago, I barely knew how to send out an email, and nowadays I'm made millions online, and about to make $1 million with Empower Network. Obviously, my results are not typical. You see the income disclaimer. But all of it's available to you, and now we're taking this whole technology to, we're taking this business, the new technology, to a whole new level. Now you're able to go mobile and run your entire business from your phone. This is just, like everybody's been saying tonight, the right place at the right time. So I'm just happy to be here. If I have any input for you guys or whatever, people that are just getting started, get disturbed, find that wrong that you want to write that down right now, and really just go after it. And I really don't have too much more to say. I know we've got about 3 minutes left before the third hour, but I just appreciate being here, and I'm just so excited about the things that are coming up with this company. Yeah.
John, I just appreciate you, dude, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you're going to do next, brother. I mean, you're one of the guys who stuck here through all the thick and thin, and you've been here from the start, man. And I respect you and I appreciate you, and you're somebody I look up to, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing you here in a couple of weeks at one of the events. I believe you're going to be coming to Orlando. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but anyways, man, I'm just looking forward to hanging out with you again and doing something big. My friends, there's a button below this video. Okay, now is the time, right? We're going to be releasing some things over the course of the next 24 to 48 hours that are going to be inside stuff only to prepare for the next phase of this launch. You guys want to be a part of that. My friends, listen, back in October of 2011, there was 50 people in a room, and of those 50 people, I'm holding a list right now, 3 of those people in that room, and again, these results are not typical. Some people make no money at all. I got to throw that out there because I don't want anybody getting weird on me. Okay, 3 of those people are in the Millionaires Club today. 1 of those is right behind them. 4, right? 4. 3 already. 1 of them right behind. Okay, and 2 of them are on this call right here, right now. That were in that room in Orlando, Florida. It was a stinky hotel room because showers and food was not a priority then. Right? Several of them. Let's see here. Dang near almost 10 of them have made over 100,000, okay? And dozens have made over 20,000. That's of the 50 in the room, okay? Again, results not typical. Some of those people made no money at all. But my friends, that is a perspective that is just unequivocal to anything else that I could give you out there, right? Of that launch, what happened back then with no launch, with no marketing, a broken website, no events, no affiliates, $70 million in commissions paid out over the course of the last 23 months. My friend, I want you to think. I want you to realize what's going to be happening, not only for us, but also for you. And that's the question that you need to ask yourself is how big of the slice of the pie do you want to take for you and your family? My friend, I'm going to end with this. Click the link below and get started with us, guys. I'm going to end with a quote because we've been talking about him so much, and I'll let you guess who said this. Here's to the crazy ones, my friends, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the only thing you can't do is ignore them because they change things. They push the human race forward, and while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the ones who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. I love you guys. Let's lock arms and fight the forces of evil. Good night.